Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to St Andrews as the Addicts take on Birmingham City. Top of the table, Birmingham City. Addicts in fine form, City in fine form. Alongside me, Greg Stubley. To my right and further right is Mr Steve Brown. And Brownie first up. This could be a cracker this afternoon.
Yeah.
How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you, Terence. I had a 79 during the week, so yeah, I've had a great week, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know they did an ice cream like that.
No. Listen, you know where I was because I said hello to you. You were in the, what time did you get up?
I'm just lucky you weren't 10 shots better off, otherwise it could have had some explaining.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, if I was, I would explain it. If I can get down to that number, let me tell you, I wouldn't be sat here.
So, golfing aside,
yes,
how are you, friend?
I'm very, very well, thank you,
and looking forward to this afternoon, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Having thoroughly enjoyed my train journey up. I've seen Alan Kirbishley in the main stand the other side. He is guest of honour today. He did have a life before Charlton, and he had a very good career here, and they're going to honour that at half-time, so we look forward to that.
I find that hard to believe personally, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I said, somebody put on the chat they would get cheered from all four corners of the stadium, and I just said, well, not if they put a blue scarf on him. They won't, we'll see. But no, quite rightly applauded by everybody, because he was a great servant as a player here, and a great servant, of course, for us as player and manager. So, yeah, should receive warm applause at the half-time interval. But on the game itself, Brownie, as I said, both teams in good form. On paper, at least, it should be an absolute belter. Yeah,
it should be. Look, we know this is going to be an extremely difficult place to come and get a result, but if you're going to come here in the form that Charlton are in. You know, I've read some incredibly good stats over the last couple of days. Won 8 of the last 11 league games, and we've got the most points of any team in League One since December the 21st. So we come here in spectacular form, but let's not take anything away from Birmingham. They're going to be an extremely tough side to break down today. If we come away with anything, I think Nathan Jones will be pleased.
Well, one of the reasons we're in good form is we hark back to the Peterborough highlights, so we're going to have a quick look at those and talk over the highlights as well, Brownie, if we can. Cracking win. No, I was going to say a surprisingly difficult game, but we shouldn't be surprised by that, because Peterborough came with a game plan in a bad run themselves, so they were looking to try and make sure that didn't happen again. But we stayed resilient and patient.
Yeah, I thought we should have won the game comfortably. If I'm brutally honest, I thought the game should have been done and dusted by half-time. We created so many wonderful opportunities. When we took the lead, I could only see us going 2, 3 and 4. And then when they had the man sent off as well, I thought, that's it, we're done. And then we did have a few moments, you know, inside 30 seconds where one decision led to another poor decision, which led to somebody diving in the midfield, and they're through behind our defence. Penalty. It's the last thing I saw coming, and we made hard work of getting the result in the end, but it's a result we thoroughly deserved over the 90 minutes. We just made hard work of it.
Both penalties. Nathan Jones came out after the game and said absolutely both were nailed on penalties. I'm still not sure, to be fair. At the time, for both, I thought, oh yeah, actually. But when I looked at both back, I was more, maybe not for both.
And I think that's how it sits with a lot of people. Some say cast iron, and some say, well, that's harsh, and that wasn't enough of a touch. So, look, it literally falls down on the perspective. This one here that they're just looking at, there's hardly anything in that when you look back. Now, what's the defender supposed to do? Literally, you want him to jump backwards?
I think the thing that, for me, on that second, on the one, obviously I'm going to be a bit biased, but I thought there was no contact when he actually went down. Contact, if it happened at all and was minimal, was outside the area. So, I think if the referee hadn't given the first penalty, he probably wouldn't have given that one.
Yeah, well, maybe so, but let's talk about that. Because we've had a couple of these moments at the Valley in recent months where Shrewsbury were extremely resilient, hard to break down, and we found a way in the 95th minute. That one was a bit earlier. I think it was still actually in the 90, which, you know, 89th minute, but nevertheless the importance of those 4 points and those 2 late goals can't be understated in terms of where the team finds itself in confidence and morale. I think both those results would have been a big blow if we'd have drawn both those games, because particularly the Peterborough game we deserved to win, and that 4 points makes a massive difference. So I'm delighted the team found a way to win those 2 games.
And we're going to hear from Macaulay Gillespie in a second. Before we do that, the cross from Alex Gilbert, he's only been here a short period of time, but it's shown some nice touches in that cameo against Peterborough. That cross, I was saying afterwards, I think the temptation to just put it up in the air and ask our big lads to attack it must have been tempting, but he drilled it across, just asking somebody to just get some contact on it, and it was almost the delivery created enough power for the goal, if you get my drift.
Yeah, no, and other side to that is that you've got a substitute coming on that's not been here long, and that was definitely a worked free kick where you've got Gillespie coming off of his mark around the back post towards the penalty spot, and he knew exactly where to put that ball, and it was a driven ball. It's one of the hardest techniques to drive a ball with accuracy, and again, even more kudos to Gillespie because he was on the run, coming away from goal, meeting a ball that's coming at him quick, and he's directed that into about the only spot that could have scored. Yeah. It was a wonderful delivery and a superb header.
You look at that from behind the goal, and 2 inches either way, and it doesn't go in.
Absolutely. It was one of those moments, you know, he just met it. The run away from the marker was excellent. He lost his marker really, really well, but that's just one tiny piece of that set piece, and then he's got to then focus on the ball, the line of the ball, where that ball's going to roughly land. He's got to get to that spot, and then he's got to direct the header into that bottom corner with technique, and you know, he did all that, and that's what made the difference on the night. But thankfully, you know, we found a way to win that one with a wonderful set piece, of which, you know, Curbs is always talking about how many set pieces we've scored. We've done better. We've done much better from set pieces this year.
And now, quite obviously, Charlton TV spoke to Macaulay Gillespie about his winner after the game.
Macaulay Gillespie, match winner, has a ring to it. Sounds good. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, buzzing with the lads. Great performance and obviously a great win for us, so absolutely buzzing.
Talk us through the goal. Late on, the corner comes in. How are you seeing it?
Well, we're piling on the pressure, I thought, and it was a decent enough ball in, so I just thought, why not score, attack it, and just go off the corner of the head and went in, so yeah, happy days.
How did it feel when you saw it kind of nestle into that bottom right and the cover then just kind of lifting behind it?
Nah, it's a good feeling. It's always scoring a goal, especially in front of the crowd. It's a good feeling. Just buzzing we got the win. It's
another late goal for the team as well. Kind of underlines the character. But tell us the patience that's required on the pitch to kind of stick to the beliefs and principles that you will get that goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there'll be plenty more than this season as well. But we are the kind of team who can just grind out results and, like you say, get late goals. And I think we've got the players to do that.
Let's talk about the defensive shift as well, because the penalty, you know, it is what it is. But in terms of open play, restricting Peterborough for long, long periods.
Yeah, I think that's something we've improved on massively, especially over the last few months. Since Lloydie's been back as well, he's been solid for us. And just if you look at the squad, we've got so many good defenders who can just play each game and do well. So
there always seems to be such a synergy and understanding across the different units as well. How much is that confidence and belief growing within the team week on week?
Yeah, of course. Every day we're growing, we're getting better. Even like around the change rooms at the training ground, everyone's together. The togetherness helps. And yeah, it's massive for you.
The togetherness was shown at the end as well. I saw the boys kind of, I'm going to say, politely pushing you to acknowledge the covered end there. But it was a special moment and a sign as well that your teammates really value the contribution you've been making, not just this evening, but in recent weeks as well.
Yeah, I think they knew they'd out here doing that, so I think they were on us straight away. But no, I don't mind it. And like I say, the most important thing is just the 3 points in the win, so buzzing.
The playoff push is really cementing now. A trip to Birmingham, couldn't ask really to be in better form, and it must be the kind of game that you and the boys are just relishing.
Yeah, of course, it's a massive game, but I think we've just got to take each game as it comes and just try and grind out the results and keep winning.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and well done on a brilliant 3 points.
Lovely, cheers, appreciate it, thank you.
Welcome back. That was Macaulay Gillespie speaking to us after his match winner against Peterborough on Tuesday night. And I'm going to stop Brownie bouncing around to the music that the tannoy is giving us. Loads of fun having here. But I mentioned I asked actually Nathan Jones on Thursday about the reaction of the players. He was talking about character. We've had the Lloyd Jones situation where he didn't have a particularly good game against Rotherham, and he came back and almost immediately afterwards led the team, scored a goal, and the team have flown since then. We had Macaulay Gillespie making that mistake against Blackpool away from home, and he's bounced back and gets that goal. I mean, is that the sort of thing, as much as performances and everything else, that gets us up there and gets us into the playoff spots, the character of sides to, even if we do have a bit of a blip, to come back and make sure that it doesn't happen again?
Yeah, it is a footballer's job.
Or try and make sure.
Yeah, but it's a footballer's job as well, Terry, that you take the rough with the smooth, and no one likes to play poorly, no one wants to get beat, and no one wants to have a shocking performance. Character and resilience will build as you grow older, and it's moments like that when you've had an absolute stinker that if you can come back and get fans back on side with a result or a challenge or a goal, you know, the confidence will rebuild and you're better for it. You do learn over time that fans have a perspective, they have a voice, and actually you've just got to learn to just taper it all down. rough with the smooth. Don't get carried away when they're praising you. Do not get too down when they're on your back, because that is a job of a supporter, really, is to come and they are allowed to voice their opinions. Macaulay Gillespie is an interesting one, because I think body language from Macaulay at times is like he's not bothered. I can tell you he is bothered. It's just that when he makes a mistake, he almost just, it's his way of doing it is going, it's a mistake, no worries, just move on. He doesn't show a great deal of, passion about the mistake, in terms of like, he's not gutted about it. And some fans like to see a player that's gutted. He isn't one of them. But once you learn what he is, the guy's played more minutes than any other player this season. He's gone through the rough end of the stick at the start of the season, where we weren't playing particularly well, we weren't finding performances easy to come by. He's rode that all out. And now we're starting to see a guy that, when he makes a mistake, I think, do you remember Morgan Fox?
Yeah.
It's got a start of that feel about it, which is unfair. Morgan was worse than what Macaulay's going through. But Macaulay makes a mistake, and because he doesn't react a certain way, I think people get on his back very, very quickly. He's in a defence that's lost 1 in 13. He's kept 14 clean sheets this season. Whatever you think of him as an individual, that ain't bad being in a team that's performing like that.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, and I think an indication of that's just occurred to me when you consider at the end of the game, when all the side were going to the covered end, or all round the ground, not just covered end, and they were trying to force Macaulay Gillespie to the front.
Yeah.
As I think Greg Doherty tends to lead that, trying to push whoever's been the winner, and the guy who's made the difference, push him to the front to take the accolade. He didn't want to do it. He was very reluctant, not because he was at the ump or anything. He's just a reluctant. But it's not in his character.
I wouldn't have wanted to do that, and I wouldn't have wanted to do the tunnel jump either. Probably because my knee wouldn't have wanted to do it at that stage. But that's a different story.
Your career would have been finished 3 years earlier.
And this is what fans have to understand. You've got 20 players all vying for 11 spots. They're human beings at the end of the day, and they're all different. Some love the attention, some hate the attention. Some don't want to do the tunnel jumps. They just want to do their job and they want to go home. As hard as that is to believe, they want to come in, train hard, get a result. They want to be successful, but beyond that, they just want to live a life. They don't need attention. Some need the attention, some love it. And you've got to weigh up, as a fan, which ones do and which ones don't, and not take it personally. If someone doesn't want to run and jump and high-five you, doesn't make them a bad person. That's their character. And sometimes it takes you a little while to work people out. And, we had a tough start to the season. I'd say there's a lot of players that are playing very, very well from sort of December onwards that weren't playing very, very well. He's not alone in some poor performances in the first half of the year. We had lots underperforming. Now they're performing. So we've got to give him credit, because he's in a defence that's, like I said, it's hard to break down at the moment.
I'm also, now you've said exactly that, I'm also reminded of the post-match where you've got Alex Gilbert and Macaulay Gillespie looking back at the goal and the celebrations next to it. And Alex Gilbert was describing it. Alex Gilbert said, I managed to get it across, and this fella's big head got on the end of it. Yeah. And he just went, that's about right, spot on.
Yeah.
That was it.
He's no fuss, no bother.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you need some of them. You need some that, do you know what, when you're up against it, that they can just stay level-headed and calm. And he is one of them. He might not be a leader in as much as he points and shouts and verbal like Lloydie, but you need a bit of a balance. You need someone who actually can just come over and put his arm around your shoulder and talk to you in a calm and quiet manner.
Well, I mentioned about Alex Gilbert. I had the chance to sit down with Alex in the week, and here's what he had to say. Alex, you've only been here a short time, obviously, but how are you settling in?
Yeah, good. No, really good. All the lads have been really welcoming. The staff have been really welcoming. So I'm enjoying it now, and I've started to settle in.
I've got to ask again. I know it's been a little while ago, but the club reveal for your signing, when they asked you to do it, did you know what they were doing, and have you seen it?
I had an idea. I haven't actually watched the in-between, which I'm probably going to get some stick for, but I knew the clip because I've seen the clip before, and but yeah, no, it wasn't the best acting. There was definitely a few takes, but it was good.
Well, it's had over 1 million views, so it's gone down well.
There you go then. They've done well, haven't they?
You mentioned when you arrived that you crossed paths with Thierry Small obviously at West Brom, and also with Connor in the Ireland training camps, but you hadn't actually played competitively with either of them. One player you have is an ex-Charlton player, Anthony Dixon, up at Middlesbrough. Did you get a chance to have a chat with Anthony before you came down, or was it?
I did, yeah. I did mention it to him, and we get on really well, me and Amph, and he didn't particularly want me to go because we have a good relationship and a good friendship, but he said, look, they'll look after you. It's a great place. He said he hasn't got a bad word to say about it down here, so he was he almost did the reverse. He almost made me want to go more. So yeah, no, he's a good lad, Amph, and I trust him.
You've been involved in the Middlesbrough squad this season without getting regular game time, so you've come to Charlton for that, obviously. Were you aware that we've been following your progress for a little while, and did that have a bearing on you coming down?
Yeah, I did. I knew about the interest a bit before, obviously, it happened, and there was a bit of and ahhing from the club at Borough if they wanted to let me go and what they wanted to do, but I said to them I was big on game time, so this was probably the best option, and I really wanted it to happen the second that I found out about it, so yeah. And it did happen in the end, which I'm glad of.
You're a Villa fan, family of Villa fans as well. You started your youth career at West Brom. I won't ask any questions about that. But you moved to Brentford at a fairly young age as well, across to Swindon, then up to Middlesbrough, and then back down now to South London. So travelling's not an issue, it's just about where you want to play. Yeah,
no, of course. I've definitely been up, down, around, everywhere. So yeah, no, I'm used to it. So that's no issue at all. So yeah, I've enjoyed everywhere I've been, and it's all been good experience.
You've only just started with us, but it was a great contribution on Tuesday night to supply the pass or the cross for the winner. It's not a bad way to start your time here.
No, of course. I said when you get them 10-15 minutes off the bench to make an impact, you just try and produce as much quality as you can. That's the type of player I am. I like to be creative, and of course some set pieces is another way that I can do that. And it's your first experience of the Valley rocking, even though it wasn't necessarily the biggest crowd we've had this season, but it was certainly rocking after that goal. No, it's good. It was definitely bouncing right at the end, and they were almost sucking the ball into the goal for us. So yeah, no, it was good and it was positive. You've been in the Ireland under-19s and under-21 squads, which is where you cross paths with Connor, of course. Connor's got back into the Ireland squad this season because of the way he's been playing at Charlton. Is that something that's on your radar? Yeah, of course. Things like that just come naturally, and you cross that bridge when you come to it. And of course, you have to be playing to get opportunities like that. So that's my main focus right now. Just get playing, and then anything that comes after that's a bonus. You're a Villa fan, so I'm imagining you're looking forward to the game this Saturday. But have you set yourself any personal targets while you're here, or as Nathan Jones set you any targets for the time you're here? No, not necessarily. As I said a second ago, like once you get playing and you get in the swing of things, then it starts to happen for you. And I've always, throughout my whole career, I've noticed once I get one, it kind of starts to be a snowball, a bit of a domino effect, and they start to keep coming. So I'm hoping I can get off the mark at some point and then go from there. Yeah, that was Alex Gilbert talking to me in the week, and a player who we're hoping for good things, Brownie. Yeah, I think obviously he's come here to play some games. I think it's very difficult for Nathan to change the team as it is with the results they've got, or they've had, sorry. But he's going to have to be a little bit patient. But yeah, I look forward to watching him in that 10 role. I think he's going to offer, from the little glimpses we've seen, he's going to offer that assist in the final third that we may have been lacking. I'm not sure he's going to get the goals that Berry's got. He has a knack, Berry, of popping up at the right place at the right time. He looks physically a little bit more mobile, and he looks a bit more entertaining in possession, but it's hard to match Berry for the goals he scores. Well, now, we obviously we're here against Birmingham City, flying high at the top of the table, but there are only two sides that have beaten Birmingham City, and we're one of them. Let's have a quick look at how we got on the last time we played them. Oh. We had a game plan against a team that was flying even back then, and high press, we troubled Birmingham, got the win. Do you think, I mean, obviously we deserve the win there, but do you think that they'll be prepared for that? I mean, obviously that's going to be smarting a little bit, I guess, for a side that probably expected to go maybe all the way without a defeat at all, potentially. Yeah, I think the game plan on the day was fantastic. And I just thought Birmingham, they sort of lacked ideas as well. They run out, they kept doing the same thing over and over and over, and they didn't change. And I thought, he's got to change something. He didn't. And in truth, we could have scored. We could have won by a lot more. Look, it was a wonderful performance, and I loved the way he went into that box midfield. And it was Doherty high up pressing, I think, on the day, and they did a wonderful, wonderful job. And yeah, I remember kind of having a chance.
on the edge of the box where he sort of miscontrolled it. He's had the one where he went round the keeper and he just slid it across the goal. And it could have been more than 2. It was one of our best performances of the season. We have played well this year at times and been comfortable, but when you factor in the opposition, that was probably our best performance in terms of how we just stopped them in their tracks. They were comfortably winning games at that point.
Now, put yourself in the manager's position. We played that well against the Birmingham side, played in a certain fashion to make sure we played that well.
Yeah.
We are actually, arguably, playing better now than we were then.
Yeah.
What do you do as Nathan Jones? Do you go revert back to the way we beat them, or do you continue the side that's playing well?
Well, Anderson played that day, Campbell played that day, Carney played that day. They're not playing today, so that changes our perspective. Birmingham are away that day. You're hitting a completely different atmosphere here. You're going to have 28,000 Birmingham fans absolutely making as much noise as they possibly can to put pressure on Charlton Athletic. You always normally get a better home performance because of that. So I don't think the circumstances are the same. What I want to do is give Nathan Jones an enormous amount of credit for getting that result early in the season, but this isn't the same, and they will have learnt from that. And I would be gobsmacked if they haven't got something that they can slip into in terms of a different formation or a sub off the bench that will change the way they're playing if we manage to neutralise them again. But it's not going to be the same. They're going to start. I'd be gobsmacked if they don't absolutely go for us in the first 15 minutes to get this home fans behind the home side. And then it's can our team deal with that pressure? Because this is a different pressure.
And you must have expected Birmingham to have not just remembered how we beat them at the Valley, but looked at us more recently and looked at how much of a different side we are to that side that beat them.
Yeah. Well, there's more confidence, more belief. We're scoring goals. We're finding it much easier to score goals as well, and we are finding a way to unlock opposition defences, which we were really struggling to do. Sort of post-December. Pre-December. So, it's a different animal in terms of where we're at. I think both sides are in very, very good form. But I will say this: if you look at the quality they have and the strength in depth they have, and with 27,000 home fans behind them, you see them as absolute favourites to win this one, which is why whatever we can muster up, a point, or if you got 3, it would be unbelievable, because that's 6 points off the leaders. If you got 1, you'd absolutely take it. But this is going to be very, very difficult. Birmingham are a very, very good side.
I sort of like this. We were discussing this on the journey up. I sort of liken this game to the Preston game in the FA Cup, actually. Yeah. In as much as if we give a great account of ourselves, regardless of the result, and obviously we all want to win, we all want to get something out of today, and I think we're good enough to do that. But regardless of how this game ends up result-wise, as long as we put in a performance, put in a show that shows everybody, not just Birmingham, but everybody, that we deserve to be playing against the likes of Birmingham, and we compete toe-to-toe with sides like Birmingham and above, then it puts us in good stead for the rest of the season, rather than just going into it. For example, if we play absolutely awful and sneak it 1-0 at the end, I'm not sure that does us more good than playing well. What do you think?
No, a win's a win. Like, if you win today, the reaction from our supporters when the players are going back down on the bus, they'll chuckle about it. They would absolutely go, how on earth have we got out there with 3 points? But it doesn't matter, because suddenly you're looking up at the next team above you.
The impetus would take over.
You're just looking at the team above now going, look, no one expected us to get a result there today. We've closed the gap. Maybe you may have closed the gap on the teams above you. You may have distanced yourself from 7th, which is what you're looking to do at this stage of the season. Distance yourself from 7th, so maintain the spot in the playoffs. So
it's one of those conversations where everybody was playing devil's advocate. If you
right, but what I would say is, in terms of if it does go the other way and we don't get a result, but there is a performance, that's equally, you're going to come away from it going, they are a very, very good side. You'll definitely spill out the facts that they've shed loads of money and we couldn't quite get the result. But you would take a poor performance and 3 points all day long. And actually, you take quite a few of them from now to the season.
Right. Yeah. Now we're getting to the business end of the season, and the club have launched a package for the final 6 home games of the season. And here's what Nathan Jones had to say about that.
It's an exciting time. We all want to be playing for something at the business end, and at the minute we are right in the mix. 6 wins and a draw. It's catapulted us into a real good position. A lot of that is to do with the home form. When we're at our best, when the valley's bouncing, we need, the fans to be there with us. It's what we live for. It's why we do it. It's why you become a football fan. So a 6-game bundle could be a wonderful investment.
Ready, 3, 2. So there we are. That's what Nathan Jones had to say to introduce, if anything, the 6-game package that's now on sale for the next 6 games of the season. So to join everybody, to join Charlton, to join the journey that Nathan Jones keeps talking about, and that we all feel we're on at the minute, because we are flying. So we want as many people to be along that journey as possible. Yeah,
and it goes sort of hand in glove with what's going on back at the Valley as well, in terms of, I think we've got a player now for every game bar the Lincoln game, so there's an ex-player going to be in every lounge. The lounges seem to me to be a little bit fuller, a little bit buzzier. There's an atmosphere change for sure, and the covered end seems to be getting busier, and that's what happens when you get results. But absolutely, I'd be surprised if we don't see a little increase in crowd attendances. And it would be nice if people, if they can afford to, get up and just push us over that line to get us into the playoffs this season.
Well, I can tell you now the two sides are coming out, away to our right-hand side, out of the tunnel and into the pyrotechnics that are going off either side. And as they do so and head towards the halfway line, I'll read you out the two sides, starting with the home team, Birmingham City. In goal for them, number 21, Ryan Alsop. 2, Ethan Laird. 4, the captain, Christoph Clara. 13, Pak Sang-ho. 14, Keshi Anderson. 18, Willem Williamson. 20, Alex Cochrane. 24, Tomoki Iwata. 25, Ben Davis. 28, Jay Stansfield. And 30, Kieran Dowell. Your subs for Birmingham City, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, Christian Bielik, Alfie May, Scott Wright, Lyndon Dykes, Luke Harris and Grant Hanley. Your Charlton side will line up with in goal number 21, Ashley Maynard-Brewer. 2, Kane Ramsey. 3, Macaulay Gillespie. 5, Lloyd Jones. 6, Connor Coventry. 7, Therese Campbell. 8, Luke Berry. 10, the captain, Greg Doherty. 16, Josh Edwards. 24, Matty Godden. And 26, Thierry Small. Your subs for Charlton, Will Mannion, Alex Mitchell, Miles Lieben, Alex Gilbert, Karoy Anderson, Chuck Saniki and Daniel Canu. Referee for this afternoon is Sebastian Stockbridge. He's going to be assisted by Joe Simpson and Thomas Cook. And your fourth official is Martin Woods. And as we breathe in the heavy pyrotechnic air that's just wafted across us, and I think on the screen you're having trouble watching the pitch, but as we do so, Brownie, another unchanged side for Nathan Jones, a key to our success?
Yeah, always. We said, do you remember when we were struggling and making multiple changes every week and we were moaning about it? We need stability. It breeds consistency. Well, that's what you're seeing. Because you could develop partnerships, you start to understand the player next to you, in front of you, behind you, a lot better than you did if you can play with them week in, week out. That's not to say that you can't make little tweaks here and there, because as the whole squad gets more familiar with itself, everyone settles and beds in. You saw that when we made a couple of changes the other week, with Godden coming in for Leeburn and Ramsey coming in for Mitchell. We actually improved, I think Matty Godden, if he scores today, that's 5 straight league games, and he'll be the first player to do that since who?
God.
Bradley Wright Phillips.
Oh,
yeah.
In the promotion season, I'm guessing.
2011, yeah. So he's got a personal ambition today to try and match that, I'm sure. Well, he just wants to score goals, full stop.
Yeah, I get that.
But there's nothing better, Tell, than playing in a settled side, because you just get more familiarised week in, week out with people's strengths and weaknesses and what they do in certain situations.
Well, the Addicts will have kick-off. Birmingham City in their blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks will attack the end to which the 2,000 travelling Charlton fans will be in the right-hand corner. The Addicts in yellow, black and yellow will attack from right to left as you look. And it's not quite a full house, but not far short of it here at St Andrews, and promises to be absolutely cracking atmosphere here this afternoon. The Addicts will get us underway. The referee, Mr Stockbridge, just going through the checking of the goalkeepers. I always amuse me that he puts his hand to the goalkeepers. They're taking no notice whatsoever. He just carries on. And we are underway here at the Valley. Here at St Andrews, rather, beg your pardon. And it's Macaulay Gillespie sending the ball to the right-hand side, a little bit ambitious, asking Terry Small to chase it in there. We're now to play for a goal kick early on. The smoke from those pyrotechnics has now just about lifted. It's still a bit hanging in the air overhead, but doesn't affect the vision. And we await Allsop to send this goal kick away down the Charlton left-hand side. Jones comes across, gets his head there, heads it up towards Campbell. Not going to get there. It's headed in field by Clara. Taken down by Seung Ho, back to Allsop in the penalty area. Sends it long down the Charlton right. This time Ramsey can't get there, and it's might have gone beyond Anderson, but he keeps it in. Anderson on that left-hand side, taking on Ramsey, gets the ball across. Just enough of a touch from... There's Coventry back there. And now Doherty sends it forward, looking for Campbell. Beaten to it by Clara. Doherty with the next one as well, and there's a foot in from Coventry, but it's more a case of just getting there first. And Birmingham City will have it back in their own penalty, on the edge of their own penalty area with Allsop. Godden trying to cut out the ball across, but can't. And it's now on the left-hand side. Ball back to Allsop. Very similar playing by Birmingham as to what we experienced at the Valley. And Charlton looking to press going into that left-hand corner at the moment, and it's Davis who sends it away, but only as far as Coventry. Ball back inside. It's a touch from Godden into Doherty, but he can't get there. Seung Ho just levers him out of the way, and Birmingham have it back. Stansfield out to Laird down the wing. Dowell will chase it in there. It's a lovely sliding challenge from Gillespie to get there first, but it's conceded the throat. 10 yards, well, maybe 12 yards away from the corner flag. Laird to take it. Looking for options, throws it into the penalty area. Stansfield gets there, but it'll run across to Coventry, but it's been pressured by Stansfield. Does well, Coventry, to elude that, and then gets the ball off of Stansfield and away for a goal kick.
Yeah, just looking at their formation, Tell. That's what I think they're playing a back three.
Three, it looks like, yeah, although Laird, difficult to tell,
he's played so high.
Yeah, he has.
So in possession, I think they're going to go into a three, where Cochrane, the left-back's become a left-sided centre-half, and Laird almost plays right front. And you've got Keshi Anderson and Laird looking like the wing-backs when they're in possession, but when they're out of possession, they drop into that back four that we're used to and accustomed to, that they played down at the Valley. But we'll keep an eye on that. So
that Laird and Edwards competition could be interesting. There's a head collision there in the centre. The referee should call this. I think it's Berry who's gone down to the hefty whack in an aerial challenge. It might have been Iwata who was the Birmingham player. No, it's not actually. I'm just trying to see who's involved there. Williamson might be. Yes, Williamson, clash of heads, and Berry's come off worse.
Yeah, that's Williamson, but he should have stopped that a little bit quicker than he did.
It was clear, while, didn't it?
Yeah, it was clear it was a head injury. But yeah, I think we're seeing this more and more. I was at a game last night, and Derby County sort of deployed the same formation, where in possession there are three, and out of possession they slide back into a back four, and we're seeing this adopted more and more week in, week out by clubs.
Well, Berry's up on his feet, fortunately, and looks okay to carry on. Going across on the far side. Be a drop ball Birmingham's way. Just inside the Birmingham half on the left-hand side. Back in the middle. Across to Davis. Davis goes left. And the ball further left. There's an ambitious one from Seung Ho. It completely bypassed who he was trying to pass to. And it'll be a Charlton throw on that right-hand side, just beyond halfway inside the Addicks half. Ramsey to take it. Down the line, looking for Small, but goes beyond him. It's flicked on by Godden, and it's asking Campbell to chase it, but it's just too far inside him. And Laird will be able to guide this back to Allsop. Campbell continues his run, trying to close him down, but he gets back out to Laird on the Birmingham right. Now up against Edwards, looks to go round him. Edwards trying to guide him out, and he does enough to do exactly that. Edwards, good defending. It'll be a Charlton throw. 15 yards inside the Charlton half.
That's how you use your upper body. You know, pushes it, Laird pushes it around Edwards, going toe for pace, just steps across with his right arm, right across Laird's chest, checks him up, ball runs out for a throw-in. Excellent 1v1 defending.
5 minutes gone, fairly even opening here. Throw into Godden, trying to swing it across the small. We didn't get enough on it. It's deflected back to Ramsey, but there was an illegal challenge coming in there. Ramsey, I think, the guilty party. And it's a free kick to Birmingham inside the centre circle and inside their own half.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the replay here because I didn't see a lot in that at all. I thought there was a bit of theatricals in that. You can see what Godden was trying to do with the big switch.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's ball work back to Allsop. Now he's trying to send Laird away again. Edwards, looked like he pushed him in the back there. Edwards got enough on it to take it away from Laird, but it's away for a Birmingham City throw, 5 yards away from the corner flag. But Edwards complaining that he was pushed into that.
Yeah, it's a free kick. I don't know why the linesman can't give that. He's 5 yards from it and looking directly at it. Hand on the back of Edwards impeded his jump. It's only it's a tiny touch, but it's a foul.
Charlton win it back from the Frodo, but then lose again. This time it's Xiong Ho out to Laird. Charlton looked like they won it back, but lost it immediately afterwards, and it's with Dowell inside. It goes back to Dowell. Looks to well, I thought about swinging it across, but he's been closely marked by Coventry, so he has to go back to Iwata, and that ball back almost sold Allsop short, but he just came out enough to get there before Godden, and Birmingham had it on the left-hand side now. Ball worked infield and across to Dowell, back to Iwata, out to the right-hand side now, and Clara. Further right is Laird. Instant ball inside to Stansfield. Back out to this right-hand side. Dowell trying to send Laird on his way, but he refused to do so. And Laird's got the ball now at his feet, looking to take on Coventry. And he's gone outside of him as well. Gets the cross in, headed away by Gillespie. Doherty can bring it down. No, he heads it on instead. And Cochrane just nods it left to Xiong Ho. Out to the left-hand side now. Cross comes in. Oh, it's taken the deflection off of Gillespie, which is a shame because Edwards had that covered, but Gillespie's header took it away from Edwards, and it's away for a corner.
Yeah, I don't want to see Edwards and Coventry get mixed up again. You want to see Coventry on Dowell, and you want to make sure that Edwards stays on Laird. They got mixed up. Laird 1v1 with Coventry, and that's a mismatch. Laird will beat him for pace on the outside every time.
Corner on this Birmingham right-hand side. I think it's Dowell across to take it. Sends it into the edge of the 6-yard box. Good header away from Jones, and it's got distance on it as well, which is going to force Iwata all the way back under pressure from Campbell to Allsop. Allsop swings it away to the left-hand side. It's good header coming in from Small to win the ball first. It'll be away for a Birmingham throw.
Yeah, but look,
was it Ramsey? I beg your pardon. Yeah. They're going to have to stop playing Ramsey and Small. They've even got the same colour boots from this distance as well.
Yeah, but they're going to have to adjust accordingly because Allsop's distribution is very, very good. It's accurate and it has distance. So unfortunately, it's driving our back four quite deep when he's in possession.
Anderson out on that left-hand side. He's given the throw back. And it's with Xiong Ho. He's all the way back to Davis, and inside is Allsop. Halfway inside his own half. Sends it forward, looking for the run of Anderson. He's got there as well. It's a good takedown, but good tracking back by Small, and Anderson can't get there. Fortunately, Ramsey did. Doesn't concede the corner, but it will be a throw by the corner flag on that left-hand side for Birmingham. Thrown in deep, trying to catch Ramsey out, but he got his head down. Can Small complete the clearance? He just stood on the ball, but got an illegal push from Anderson, according to the referee. And away it goes for the Charlton free kick. It'll be about just almost halfway inside the Charlton half, but not quite.
Stadium built for midgets. Fucking joke.
I wish we had Comcam.
Absolute joke. Can't wait for them to get the new 90,000 seater stadium for the NFL.
It said on the sign coming in,
brilliant.
Hobbits only.
I mean, I told you Ryanair give more space than this, and it's 12 quid to get to Ireland.
Oh, I wish you could see what we could see as Godden tried to flick it on, and it's come off of Davis and away for a Charlton throw. And this time it's almost parallel to the corner of the Birmingham penalty area. Well, no, I say that. Referee's just asking Ramsey to come back a fair bit, so it's more towards halfway. I'm going to look at the replay because I can't see that far away. It's actually Small. He's going to I thought he was going to throw it back to Ramsey then, but he isn't. It looks like he's looking for movement ahead of him, and Campbell provides that in that right-hand corner, but leave it out of the way by Davis, and so he can't get to it. It'll be a Birmingham City goal kick.
Yeah, a bit static, wasn't it, from the throw-in? Just one runner, Campbell, which forces you to throw it down the line. Easily checked up and out for a goal kick. I'd like to see a little bit more movement from the midfielders to try and get in possession there, I think.
Also, it is with a goal kick. We've had 10 minutes of the game so far. Goalless here at St Andrews. Sends the ball just left of centre. Jones with the header away, but Seong Ho gets his header to Anderson. Back to Cochrane. Cochrane supposed to move forward and goes left to Anderson. Cuts inside Anderson. He's got Iwata in space in the middle. Iwata being urged to shoot, instead tries to feed it into his left-hand side. Edwards pounces. Charlton look to play it out. There's a nasty tackle on Godden, I think it was, by Iwata, but Charlton play on. A ball in from Edwards into Campbell. It's just caught him out. Almost went between his legs there, Campbell, and he couldn't control it, and it's run through to Allsop in the Birmingham penalty area. But I'm surprised the referee hasn't had a word with that tackle by Iwata on Godden. Ball out. Laird wins it in the air ahead of Edwards. Oh, that's outside the area, I'm telling you. I think Maynard Brewer's a lucky boy there.
Does he not give it? Oh,
no.
My good God.
I think he's pounced on that with the ball outside the area. I'd happy to be proved wrong.
No, you're right. He's tried to touch it back in with his right foot. He's kicked the ground and then grabbed it, and it's an absolute free kick to Birmingham City. This linesman down here on the right, is he even in the stadium watching this game?
Well, I've got to tell you, Chris Davis is going absolutely mental in this, and he still is, by the way. As Charlton and Ashley Maynard Brewer specifically get away with one there. And, ball forwards picked up by Gillespie. A little touch inside to Coventry. Back out left to Edwards. Gillespie, little touch past Dow. Ball into the box, headed clear. Berry with something on it, but it drops Iwata's way. And now it's a good block from Edwards on the attempted ball forward by Laird, but there's still repercussions from that. And the referee might want to halt proceedings here, because Birmingham City aren't happy about that at all.
Yeah, look, they've got every right to be upset. I don't know how you can miss that. You know, I know we're harsh at times on referees and assistants, but how you can miss that is beyond me.
The referee has booked Chris Davis for his protestations.
I totally understand the referee missing it. He's blindside to Maynard Brewer's body.
I'm the other way. Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's covering the linesman. He's covering the referee's vision with his body,
okay.
But the assistant is looking directly at the edge of the box. So I can understand Birmingham's frustrations.
Well, they have the ball and they switch it to the left-hand side, and Anderson gets all the way back into the middle, and it's back with Allsop on the edge of his 6-yard box. Drills it forward. Laird's made a run. He's gone beyond Edwards, who's trying to get back, and did get back. The ball did as much of the defending job as Edwards did, because it skipped off the surface and through to Maynard Brewer. But just momentarily there, Laird had got free away from Edwards.
Yeah, listen, this Allsop's distribution is ridiculous. He's got a 70-80 yard ping and he drives it, and it's caused our back line. One's dropped, I think Ramsey's dropped at least 5 yards deeper than everybody else. Edwards pushed up for the offside, as did the other two centre halves. But look how deep Ramsey is. He's 3 or 4 yards behind. He's obviously scared of Anderson's pace on that left-hand side, because he is miles deeper than everybody else, and this is a consequence of Allsop's distribution.
And they're looking for Anderson now, and Ramsey was slightly behind. He gets a foot to it, but Anderson pursues it and claims it back for Birmingham. Back to Laird on the right-hand side, into the feet of Dow, trying to get past Ramsey, who stayed on this side, and he gets a foot in, has to concede the corner.
I don't know if the games are catching up with him here. He just looks a little down on where he's been physically in recent games. He's clearly not happy about the matchup with Anderson, because that is so deep, and we're going to have to make an adjustment as a back line here. Everyone's going to have to drop with him, because he is not comfortable pushing up.
Dow with the corner on the Birmingham right-hand side. Sends it in towards the 6-yard box. There's a flick going on there, and it's just beat everybody at the far post and away for a goal kick. Must have come off a Birmingham player. Ben Davis was in and around the 6-yard box, so it could have been him. Yeah, it was. And nobody on hand to pounce at the far post. Charlton take the goal kick quickly into Gillespie, out to Edwards. Edwards looks to go down the line. It's blocked by Laird, but Campbell's there. Touches it inside to Doherty. Doherty on a run down this left-hand side for Charlton, being pursued by Iwata and just lent on him enough that Doherty had to run it out of play. It'll be a Birmingham City throw. Well, halfway inside their own half. Well, not quite. 20 yards or so inside the Charlton half. The Birmingham half, rather.
Yeah, really struggling, aren't we, in terms of creativity and pushing ourselves into the final third. What we're doing well, though, is containing Birmingham quite well. We're seriously down in terms of possession. However, we can't create because we're out of possession for so much, but we are containing Birmingham.
Lovely challenge from Doherty on Dow, so much so that it pinged off the chin of Dow and away for a Charlton throw.
Yeah. Just in a different angle of the Maynard Brewer collect, and it's half a yard outside, and it's actually mental that the assistant's not spotted that.
Coventry does well to challenge to make sure Charlton retain possession from the Edwards throw, but Jones has to go back to Maynard Brewer, sends it down the left. Edwards will challenge Laird again, but Laird wins that aerial battle. Doherty does well to keep it in and send the ball down the line, and it's forced Davis into a challenge and away for a Charlton throw. And, Edwards comes forward. This is about halfway inside the Birmingham half. It's on the left. Coventry comes short, gives Edwards the opportunity to get back to Gillespie, inside to Jones. Stansfield will look to press, but Jones looks to switch it across the small, just hung it up in the air, and that's allowed Cochrane to get there first. And now Anderson, challenged by Coventry, but he rides that challenge. Ball infield. Williamson, this time Jones tries to force him out. Anderson again with Berry with a foot in, gets it off Anderson, who's felt he was fouled. Referee disagrees. Oh, that's either a Birmingham foul or a Charlton throw, and he's giving it a Birmingham throw. Quickly taken. It's a good start. It's Young Ho has it on the left-hand side, back inside to Davis. Has to go all the way back to Allsop. And some curious decisions in the opening 17 minutes so far. Allsop sends it high and left, looking for Anderson. Ramsey gets there first, heads it away, but it'll be a throw-in just inside the Birmingham half. On the left-hand side, Cochrane looking for movement, still hasn't taken this throw. Cochrane just inside his own half, now throws it infield as Anderson makes that run. Ball into Dow, up to Stansfield, little reverse ball blocked initially by Coventry, and then there's another good foot in before Williamson can react to get on the end of the inadvertent touch back to him. And guides it back to Maynard Brewer.
Yeah.
The Addicts not really threatening in the Birmingham half as yet.
No, and you're going to expect this, Tel, because we're away at Birmingham and they're a good side. The setup's good, they're pressurising when they can, they're not allowing us to really get going as an attacking side.
Gillespie ball up to Campbell, caught in possession, but it's run to Coventry, and he's going to guide it back to Maynard Brewer. First time clearance up towards Godden, just holding the ball up, and back to, well, try to go back to Berry, and just miscontrolled it and couldn't control it. Then the challenge on Clara was a little late, not malicious, but late, and it'll be a Birmingham free kick just on the edge of the centre circle inside the Birmingham half.
Yeah, and it's a shame because if he takes a good first touch, we do retain possession in their half, and then we can get going. But the first touch is heavy. Yes, they go into a challenge, and it's free kick, and we end up backpedaling into our own half again. It's those moments that we've got to make count, you know, because they're few and far between.
Clara down the line. Edwards just gets there before Laird. Stop him running into the channel, and then it comes off Gillespie before he can control it. It'll be a throw into Birmingham City, halfway inside the Charlton half on the right. Laird with it. Dowell makes the run inside and gets there. Little knee into the path of Watu. Takes the shot, which is closer to the corner flag than it is the goal. It'll be a Charlton goal kick.
Yeah.
With 19 minutes gone, still goalless.
Nice little move. An inventive ball inside to find Iwata, but it was a wild swing of the left boot, hit the laces on the outside, and it was always slicing away. No trouble at all for Charlton to watch that one go out near the corner flag. But yeah, we aren't producing anything as an attacking side here, but what we are doing very, very well is out of possession. We are containing Birmingham, and that will lead to a little frustration around the ground that they're not creating chances the home side.
Maynard Brewer goal kicks, good distance on it, and it's forced Davis to head it out of play for a Charlton throw. 15 yards or so inside the Birmingham half on the right. Ramsey with it.
Again, it's static, isn't it?
Goes backwards to Jones.
Zero movement for the thrower.
Maynard Brewer gets it off of Jones on the edge of his area, drills it forwards. A little flick from Doherty, but he can't find Godden. The ball forwards blocked off by Coventry, and then Doherty in on the second challenge. Berry now looking to release Small on the right-hand side, up against Cochrane. Will look to get there first, and it's a less than subtle nudge by Thierry Small on Cochrane. Goes to ground. Free kick to Birmingham in the left-hand corner.
I do think that's an area, if we get the pass right to Small, I do think he can have a go at Cochrane.
Birmingham send it long and forward. This time Ramsey wins the header. Infield to Doherty, trying to let the ball do the work. Guides it to Gillespie just behind him. Ball back to Edwards. Edwards couldn't go anywhere, and he's got that to Maynard Brewer. The ball right to Jones isn't the greatest, but he'll get there and send it forward up towards Godden, but he can't win possession up there. But the Birmingham clearance has gone straight to Gillespie in a more central position. Good ball out to Ramsey. Cochrane jumps in on the tackle. Gets enough of the ball and away for a throw into Charlton.
Yeah, I like the fact that that's his game plan, to get as tight to Small as he can before he gets up and running. And Small, we know, can zip past people. He's got quick feet.
Throw goes into Coventry, up to Godden. Little touch into Berry. Back towards Godden, but it just went behind him, and it's allowed Birmingham to win possession back with Anderson. He's found Dowell in front of him. Dowell with Stansfield running ahead, who trips over. I'm assuming. Well, and then you had Gillespie hacking at Dowell's legs, trying to get to the ball. The referee's seen enough of that. It'll be a free kick to Birmingham on their left-hand side. Quickly taken back to Cochrane, just inside his own half. I'll be handing you over to Greg Stubley very shortly as the ball's worked back to Ben Davis. Edge of the centre circle, Davis. Ball forward to Dowell, trying to send Stansfield on his way. It's a good challenge by Jones. It's run to Campbell. Doherty releases Jones again. Jones rides the tackle of Stansfield. Little touch forward to Godden. Releases Jones again on the left-hand side. Lovely ball inside to Campbell when he couldn't control it. And Clara manages to guide the ball back to his keeper, who sends it, skied it left. It's kept in by Laird, and then Stansfield also keeps it in, and Coventry slips over, and Stansfield's on his way up towards the Charlton penalty area. Gets his shot away and scores. Into the roof of the net. Maynard Brewer couldn't get there, and it all stemmed from the ball that Laird kept in on this Birmingham right. The Coventry challenging with Stansfield ended up in the heap on the floor, and it allowed the Birmingham striker in on goal. And he dispatched his shot past Maynard Brewer to give Birmingham the lead.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an enormous amount of credit, Stansfield, because he only had one thing on his mind, and that was to drive at our goal, take on the defender and get his shot away, and he did that with aplomb. But we've had a little bit of an unfortunate slip there from Coventry, but I think he was done anyway, trying to shepherd it out of play, and perhaps he should have just dealt with it. But Gillespie was caught in two minds, because you've got three runners off the shoulder, and all you can do in that instance as a defender is try and show the opponent outside, make the shot come from distance. And what I would say to you is, that's a decent strike from where he struck it from. I mean, you're forcing him out, you're still thinking we were all right here, and it's gone into the roof of the net, 3 or 4 yards in from that left-hand post.
So 22 minutes gone. Birmingham take the lead, and with that, I'll hand you over to Greg Stubley to lead commentate for the rest of this first half.
Yeah, thank you, Tel. A tough opening 23 and a half minutes here for Charlton. They find themselves 1-0 down. Jay Stansfield with the goal. A wonderful finish. Connor Coventry, who's been excellent for Charlton this season, with a rare mistake with his slip. Stansfield still had a lot to do. He certainly showed his class to give Birmingham the lead, and Charlton in a shot goal at the moment. They're looking to react as Doherty, the captain, the ball down the line. Campbell will give chase. Clara goes across and just ushes him out of play. And Birmingham will have the throw.
Well, I did say it would be a different game than the Valley. They're very strong here.
Well, one noticeable difference being off air for the first 20 minutes compared to the Valley performance from Birmingham is they're almost reluctant to pass out from the back so much. From goal kicks, they're looking to go long straight away. They're looking for the early ball forward, which wasn't the case at the Valley at all. They almost tried to play themselves into trouble by accident every time As Charlton have the ball with Ramsey and drives forward into the Birmingham half. Out to the left-hand side is Campbell. Edwards on the overlap. Campbell will use him. Edwards, low cross towards the near post. Needed a better delivery in there and Clara can clear it away. But Charlton looking to react straight away. 25 minutes gone now, 1-0 down.
Well, that's the most ambitious we've been, if I'm honest, in terms of getting a player beyond their back line and a delivery from our left-hand side. We haven't really done that at all. And it was quite a tight game. I know they were commanding the game in terms of possession, and I know they looked the more likely to create something in the final third, but they hadn't. That was the first shot on target, was the goal from either side.
Long throw's cleared away as Coventry picks it up. Nice turn, and out to the right-hand side is Ramsey with space. Thierry Small is further right. Here is Small. Opportunity to take on Cochrane. The cross into the box as well, blocked by the Birmingham left back. Small decides to keep the ball in play, showing good strength against Cochrane. Cuts inside, and Cochrane's there to defend. £1 million signing in the summer from Hearts, the left back. This challenge comes in from Ramsey. Free kick's given.
You have to say he's doing a wonderful job so far. Every time Small receives possession, he is on top of him so fast. Fancies himself in that 1v1 battle, and at the moment he's coming out on top, no problem at all.
Well, Birmingham will have the goal kick, and a different challenge this for Charlton without a shadow of doubt. You can tell the quality of the host. They've got plenty of good players that are not even in the squad. They've spent plenty of money, and Charlton will know that this was going to be a test. But this side has shown plenty of character and heart. No need to do so again. It's the long free kick from Allsop's cleared away by Jones. Pack with the header for Birmingham, and Doherty gets there first, collided into by Dow. And Charlton had the free kick, and there's going to be a cheap yellow card given as the ball was kicked away. The referee spotted it. I'll just get confirmation of who that was. I think it was Moata who cleared the ball away. And here's the man who's been booked. As Charlton up towards Godden, lay off for Edwards, surrounded by two Birmingham bodies, and ball deflects off. It looked like deflected off Edwards, but Charlton been given the throw. Throws into Godden, header inside is cleared away by Davis. Gillespie back towards the Birmingham defence, flicked on by Berry, comes down to Campbell in the penalty area, held up by Clara. Looks to turn out to the left to Edwards. Edwards, left-footed cross in the box, a decent one. Berry flicks it on, but it's harmlessly wide.
Yeah, and since the goal, they've taken a backward step, Birmingham City, and allowed Charlton to step on. That's a couple of times we've been in down this left-hand side. It's an early delivery, but you've got Berry just caught underneath it. Can't do much with that. The ball needs to be another couple of yards further towards the Birmingham goal to give the strikers a chance, or the attacking midfielder a chance to come onto it. But as soon as you're back pedaling away from that and you're coming away from goal, it's very, very difficult to get any power on it at all.
Those goal kicks headed away. Gillespie forward again towards Small. Small lets the ball bounce, and then Cochrane again, heavy pressure, supported by Anderson as the ball's all the way back to Allsop, who's ball forward. He'll find Pack, who can look to turn under pressure from Berry. Allsop will take over again and looks for that long ball. Laird the target. Laird wins the header. Maynard Brewer will give chase, and he's not going to try and collect this one. Plays safe and goes long. I think Tyrese Campbell will be offside, and the flag has been risen, but the referee's going to play on as Stansfield looks to take on Edwards, who makes the challenge, and Birmingham will have the throw. And backwards to Dow. Inside is Moata. Out to the right to Laird. Back inside is Dow. Looks for Pack. Ball deflects, and it comes down towards Williamson, and there was Maynard Brewer. Oh, free kick's been given, I think, for a handball by Connor Coventry. That ball inside hit the Charlton man. The yellow card's been given. Birmingham have a free kick in a decent position.
I mean, he's saying that's deliberate to make it a booking, which I find astonishing, but there you go. I mean, there are some curious decisions today.
Well, yeah, if you've not tuned in already, I mean, Ashley Maynard Brewer could have very easily been potentially sent off for a handball outside the penalty area, which wasn't even given.
I mean, there's no question it's handball. That's not in doubt. But you have to put your arm out to physically stop it, and it's still by his side. I think that's a harsh booking.
Well, Birmingham have options with this free kick. Looks like Dow is the favourite. Also there is Pack. I think the left foot of Kieran Dow is possibly the option. Will be down to take it over the wall, and Maynard Brewer stretching, but I don't think he got anything on it. I think it's come off the post, and it has. Charlton goal kick.
Yeah, that's a decent effort. I mean, it's got a very low trajectory, so he's seen it late. Maynard Brewer, wicked whip with the left foot, curling away from him, and it hits the base of the post, and he's beaten. I don't think, no two ways about it. He's not getting across that if it's 3 inches further to the left. We're 2 down.
The Addicts have the goal kick, and Maynard Brewer takes long forward towards Berry, who jumps, but Pack wins the header, headed on by Ramsey. There's Pack again against Doherty this time as the ball's back. Gillespie's clearance comes off of Stansfield, and the ball will stay in play as Josh Edwards goes across and just lets the ball run out of play this time. Stansfield, who's not afraid to do the hard work, has proven in creating his own goal, really.
Yeah, I mean, from an individual perspective, it's a wonderful goal. He pressurised, he won the ball back, he drove at the centre half, he had the skill to go outside and create the yard, and the finish is magnificent. But there's 1 or 2 things Nathan Jones will be bitterly disappointed in. But from his perspective as an individual, it's a great goal. But I just feel at this moment in time, it's a case of let's not go in 2-0 down. We're 1-0 down. Can we keep it that way? We're out of sorts a little bit. Give credit to Birmingham. They've got their lead. They've got the ability to play short, they've got the ability to go long, they're winning headers, they're holding balls up, they're stopping us creating. So let's just get in at 1 down and see if we can regroup and manufacture in the second half to get back into this game, because we're struggling at the moment.
Cochrane brings the ball forward. Williamson out to the left is Anderson. Back inside to Cochrane. The back heel won't come off as Jones can clear it away for Charlton. But again, Birmingham just lurking. Haven't created too much in this game, but they've shown the ability to keep the ball and just cause 1 or 2 issues with the Charlton defence that largely this season's been solid. There's also a long ball forward. This should just roll to Ashley Maynard Brewer, and it will, and Charlton will have a moment just to try and settle on the ball with Lloyd Jones.
Yeah, it's the first one he's got wrong.
Ball back to Maynard Brewer, long towards Godden, headed away by Clara. Laird gets a touch to the ball. Gillespie will pass this back to Jones. Jones clears it forward towards Thierry Small, who will give chase. Small will get on the end of this, but he's going to be offside.
Yeah, you knew he was going to raise it. That's why we didn't get too excited. I don't know. I mean, I think it's the single worst rule ever brought into football. But there you go.
Well, the offside rule, or just...
No, just how late they go. No, it's come in handy for me over the years. That one.
Ball's back to Allsop. Exchanges passes with Davis, the centre half of Birmingham City, out to Cochrane and back inside to Allsop, who's under pressure from Tyrese Campbell. Cochrane, an awkward looping ball with his right foot. Pack jumps well. Gillespie's there for Charlton just to hook it forward, but gets too much on that. That's the first time Birmingham looked a bit troubled passing out from the back. As I mentioned, at the Valley, there was a number of chances created for the Addicts off the back of that. They seem to be a bit more content with knocking it long, and Allsop does indeed go long. Laird the target. Edwards holds him off for the time being. The ball will bounce and stay in play though as Laird gets there first. Head of Edwards, looks for Stansfield. Stansfield cuts inside Gillespie, looks to lay it off. Oh, that's with a shot, and it's saved by Maynard Brewer. Birmingham close to a second. Oh, that's a running in deep from midfield. As Clara just been adjudged to have, I'm not quite sure what he's been adjudged to have done, maybe handball. Referee's been very happy to show the yellow card. Books Clara. I think it might have been for handballs. Tyrese Campbell was giving chase to a Matty Godden flick, but important save from Ashley Maynard-Brewer, Steve Brown.
Yeah, great save. Really good cutback. Excellent move from Birmingham. Should be 2 up, really. It's a poor shot from Iwata from where he was, the distance out he was. The pullback was perfectly weighted, and I think he can hit the bottom left-hand corner from Maynard-Brewer's perspective. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being harsh. It would have been a wonderful strike if he had found that little gap. But it's a good save from Maynard-Brewer. And it's like, it goes back to what I said earlier. We're out of sorts a little bit here. Let's not go in 2-0 down and see if we can regather. The big question is, how do we disrupt this Birmingham performance as an away team? Because we're just not finding a way at the moment.
Gillespie's free kick flicked on by Lloyd Jones, who won the first header and then was knocked out by Clara in doing so. He's down in the penalty area. That led to sore one. I'd like to see that again, because it looked like Jones had won the header before Clara. Whether it was accidental or not is maybe the referee's thinking if they've both gone up for this.
I'd say that's just one of those incidents. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
You can't expect an opponent not to go for that header, and if you clash heads, that is just one of those things. You know, it's not like he's deliberately put an arm across his face and elbowed him or anything like that. That's an honest attempt at heading a football that's just seen 2 heads collide.
Well, Lloyd Jones is feeling the consequence of that, and he's okay to continue. Didn't need physio treatment. So he watched back the yellow card given against Clara. I think he's controlled that with his shoulder. But
honestly, it's cute, just bizarre, some of the decisions out there today.
Williamson, wayward ball towards Anderson, and Charlton with the throw. But yeah, as you say, Brown, if it stays at 1-0, it does give Charlton an opportunity just to get back in this game at some stage, because while the Addicts haven't been good in these first 36.5 minutes, it is only 1-0.
Well, we are up against the best team in the league by some distance here. So, it's not so much we're sitting here going, we haven't been very good. Birmingham have just got up the measure of us, because
Anderson will look for the long ball forward towards Williamson. Gillespie got there first initially and then took an awkward touch, did well to recover. Right, it goes to Lloyd Jones, who wants a free kick, nothing given. Cochrane's gone down off the ball. It's all happening here for the referee. Play will continue as the ball's up towards Godden. Good control from Matty Godden. Out to the right-hand side to Small, who looked to attack the space left by Cochrane, who's still on the floor. Small held up by Pack, and then Anderson got back there quickly. And Birmingham should be able to just clear this away. And now treatment will be given to Cochrane, but it happened off the ball in fairness to the referee, so there's no chance he could have seen anything. It's just whether it was a head injury and he should have stopped play is maybe the point that Chris Davis, the Birmingham City manager, is making.
Well, he's got no chance of his assistant seeing anything, because they've seen absolutely nothing up to this point. So let's have a little look here. It's just, look, I guess you run the risk of that happening when you're as aggressive as Cochrane's been today, which I absolutely love. I think he's defended Small extremely well. You are going to get yourself in a position when you go that tight that early of a little bit of a physical comeback from the opponent. He did wrestle him to the ground, but it's no more than a wrestle, really.
Yeah, and the referee actually did see it, in fairness, and judged it not to be enough for a free kick. And Charlton will have a long throw here, which Josh Edwards will take. Goes it in towards the near post. Jones gets something to it. Berry controls. Can't get a shot away. Comes back to Doherty. First time strike. Out all the way to Coventry. Hits it high and over the bar.
Yeah, Brown like that one.
Stubbly like that one.
Stubbly like. Yeah, listen, why not? He can't get caught in possession there. He's obviously, as that ball comes out to him, he's not got an idea of where his out ball is. He doesn't want to take a touch and get caught in possession, so you have to go for that strike. You go for power. You only got to get it fractionally wrong, and it's up and away and into the top tier. Well, at least we've manufactured a chance, a shot, an end product.
And the goal kick as Allsop goes long. Yeah, they're throwing themselves to the ground at the moment, Birmingham. I think that's off the back of decisions that haven't gone their way. The referee will stop players' legs down on the floor, but that didn't look like an awful lot of contact, has to be said.
Well, he's not done anything. He's not moved. He's not put an arm up. What you've run into him. It's like me. Curious.
Yeah, and in fairness to Birmingham, while a couple of these decisions have been right from the referee, I mean, maybe that could have been a free kick. I'm not sure why he's down on the floor personally. But I mean, at the same time, Clara's been booked for the ball hitting his shoulder, and Ashley Maynard should have been potentially not even on the pitch. So you can understand a little bit of the frustration here, St Andrews. They still find themselves 1-0 up Birmingham, but Charlton, no, at this stage, there's still potentially an opportunity back in this game, despite the first 40 minutes. Been a bit of trouble to create an opportunity.
Yeah, so the question is, when you're sitting in that technical area and you've watched the first half unfold, is do we just go big and ugly and strong second 45 and try and disrupt their backline, who've had a relatively easy first half? You know, these are the questions that Nathan Jones and Curtis Fleming will be asking themselves, because at the moment, midfield-wise, they seem to have us covered off. We're not really impacting them as a front two in terms of the back line. And I think you've got to work out a way to make things uncomfortable for Birmingham, because at the moment, I think it's a comfortable performance. They're just looking to get a second to give themselves a bit of breathing space.
Wrighter clears the ball forward after Tyrese Campbell's header. Gillespie doesn't get the contact he wants, and Edwards flicks it on as Anderson wins the header. Coventry has time, and whether he got a shout or not, I'm not sure, but he heads it on as Anderson with the ball forward. Gillespie clears it up in the air. Headed down by Small. Cochrane back inside to Mawata, and Laird's back on the pitch for Birmingham. A good challenge from Gillespie. The ball deflects off Dow. Should be a Charlton throw, and then nope, it's gone Birmingham City's way. Laird to take. Throws inside looking for Dow, who's ran off that right-hand channel quite a lot for Birmingham in this first half. Godden out to the right to Small. It took a strong challenge from Cochrane, an important one as well, with Small looking to go beyond the Birmingham left-back. Challenge from Ramsey will result in the hosts having a throw. Going backwards to Cochrane. Back to Davis, and now the goalkeeper also out of his penalty area will take over and looks again for that long ball forward to Laird. That's been the regular target. Laird, who's got good strength, holds off Edwards, but the ball looking for Williamson's beyond him. And it's rare you see Josh Edwards losing aerial battles. He's one of the best fullbacks I've seen in this division this year. Edwards at winning 50 duels in the air, but Laird's certainly competing well.
Yeah, causing them a few issues, and it's their out ball. Allsop quite likes driving that ball up to Laird. He's not really beat Edwards on the outside. The only time he's got to the byline was when he was up against Coventry. But he is causing him one or two issues aerially, you're right.
Laird with the ball forward, Dow into Mawata, looks for Stansfield. Loose touch, which Doherty picks up, tries to find Godden, doesn't get enough on it. Now Stansfield up against Coventry again. And held up by Connor Coventry. The ball looks like it deflected back off Stansfield last, and it did. Chris Davis, the manager's not happy with that, but that looked like the correct decision on that occasion.
No, I think he was trying to say one of his players should have flicked it on earlier, not tried to control it. That wasn't about the throw-in. I don't know.
The replay shows he was having a word with the fourth official.
Yeah, no, he's talking to Williamson or Williamson about the flick on earlier, or Stansfield. It's got nothing to do with the throw.
There's Jones. Ball forward to Small. Back to Ramsey on the halfway line. Ramsey loses his footing, but ball does go back to Lloyd Jones. Now Maynard Brewer looks long towards Godden. Godden jumps. Davis wins the ball in the air. Arata down towards Dow. Inside to Arata again. Arata's got time and a nice little measured pass to find Williamson, and out to the left now is Keshi Anderson. He'll look to take on Ramsey. Cuts inside. Still with it, Anderson. Lays it off for Williamson. First time effort. Maynard Brewer watches it as it creeps beyond his right-hand post. How far away was that?
No, Maynard Brewer's beaten again. He's just praying it's wide of the goal, which it is, but that's a wonderful strike. I think Anderson does very, very well to cut inside, shows good composure with the set, perfect weight for Williamson to come on and curl that left footer. It's inches wide, keeper beaten.
And Charlton with the goal kick as we've played 44 minutes just before the half-time break. Still Birmingham 1, Charlton 0. Godden looks to set it down to Tyrese Campbell. Ball's cleared up in the air. Cochrane wins the header. Doherty down to Coventry. And the pressure goes back to Jones. Jones, the ball forward, looking for Godden. That's a great touch from Matty Godden. On the right-hand side, goes for goal, and it's a good block from Clara. The ball's cleared away. Doherty, that's an intelligent header down to Coventry. Out to the left is Edwards. Charlton looking to finish the half strongly here as the ball's down the line to Tyrese Campbell. Held up by 2 Birmingham players. He gets the better of both. Campbell in the penalty area. Ball across, he puts too much on it. Looking for Small at the far post. And that was the opening Charlton were looking for. Just needed the final pass from Campbell.
Yeah, doubled up on him on that right-hand side. He dribbles between the two. A touch of fortune to come out on the other side, but he whips it across. Just needs a touch. But again, we've all run in front of the ball. Just delay your run ever so slightly, you might get on the end of that. But that's our best moment.
3 added minutes at the end of this first half. Charlton, the best opening of the match. Couldn't do anything with it. There's Anderson with the header forward. Jones looks towards Campbell, lays it down to Godden. Godden back to Tyrese Campbell. Good challenge comes in from Davis. Ball back from Coventry is awkward for Jones. He wins the header, but Anderson is first to it. Blocked by Lloyd Jones. Did it hit his hands? And Jones isn't happy. Feels like that didn't. The referee who books Connor Coventry for something similar decides that Lloyd Jones didn't mean that one. And play will continue as Laird out to the right to Dow. Looks down the line for Laird again. Good defending this time from Josh Edwards. Blocks him off. And Charlton will have the goal kick.
Did he not book Clara as well for handball?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So you set a precedent, don't you? You know, because neither of them were bookings.
Neither of them were, no. That means Connor Coventry's on 9 yellow cards now for the season, by the way, so one more. He'll be suspended for 2 games until the cut-off.
He's quite an angry man, Stansfield. I haven't, you know, you watch him on the telly, he doesn't come across, but you're watching him here today, he's quite an aggressive player. You know, he's never seems happy.
And they look for the ball forward and cut out, but they will have the throw. Blocked by Jones in the end. Just inside the Charlton half on the left-hand side is Cochrane to take. Throws forward, well intercepted by Coventry, down to Small. Very rare we say Thierry Small's been quiet. That's a nice turn. But loses out to Anderson, and then Cochrane good feet to find Williamson. Anderson, left-hand side. Held up by 2 Charlton players, goes past one, wants a free kick, which would have been soft. The player continues. Ramsey driving forward with the ball. Held up by Williamson. Neat turn from Kane Ramsey. Looks for the ball forward towards Godden, who gets the touch to it, but that was quite impossible to control.
Just forced the ball into a space that Godden wasn't in. And the correct ball probably would have been a slide rule pass into Small's feet, but in saying that, Small just has got no change whatsoever from Cochrane. Across the pitch, they just seem to have the 1v1 battles covered off.
Well, there is the half-time whistle after 45 minutes here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. It is Birmingham City 1, Charlton Athletic 0, and a match that the hosts have certainly enjoyed the majority of the ball and have had the best chances and do have the lead. And Jay Stansfield scored the only goal of the game after 22 minutes, pouncing on a Connor Coventry slip before rifling home beyond Ashley Maynard Brewer, who could have been in trouble had the referee judged correctly that he handled the ball outside the penalty area, which both somehow the referee and assistant missed. And Birmingham themselves have hit the post through Kieran Dow. Seen Ashley Maynard Brewer make a great save from Iwata. Charlton's best opening of that first 45 minutes came with Tyrese Campbell in the penalty area, but couldn't pick out a Charlton man inside the box. And overall, we expected a tough test here. The leaders, the team that spent a lot of money, have a lot of good players, and it's certainly proved that way so far, Brian.
Absolutely, and you wouldn't expect any different. You know, there's a reason they're top of the league. There was a reason, you know, they're deemed a side that are favourites from promotion. What we've got to do is find a way to disrupt their performance and try and make it more difficult for them, because we didn't lay a glove on them really until they took the lead. And then when they took the lead, they kind of backed off a little bit, and we went on the front foot a tad more than we had, and we had 1 or 2 moments, but we've got to find a way of maybe making the afternoon a little bit more uncomfortable for them, and that may mean a couple of substitutions. I wouldn't expect Nathan to do it right away. He may do. You don't really know how the manager sees that first 45, but he knows they've been second best, and he knows that Birmingham deserve the lead. What do you do in the second 45? That's the big question coming out of that dressing room as they re-enter the pitch for the second half.
Yeah, well, we will have highlights to bring you in a bit, but myself and Brandy are going to go for a short break, but while we do so, on to the women's first team, and a new content series has just started, so let's take a look.
Hello and welcome to Carla Talks. I'm going to be starting a new series where I interview some of my teammates, maybe a few other special guests, and today we're starting with a bang with Alicia Rendell and Sophia Roy.
From that age used to tell me, like, you can tell you've never played football before. Because
tell that now.
No, because I was going to say we're not talking about my sleeping habits.
I think we are talking about your sleeping
habits.
Oh.
and I'd wake up and no word of a lie, stood there in the corner of the room, doing absolutely nothing.
Like,
That's who you now?
Oh, with the baby.
Sorry. Always got one. Why are you laughing? I'm a better driver.
No, I don't think neither of you have driven me, I don't think. I've driven you both. If we have to say who is the worst,
it would
Carla.
be Carla.
Yeah. The girl hit her wing mirrors without even and carried on driving.
If you could play in another position for one game, what would it be?
Well, after today, not striker.
Centre back. Go back to my old days.
I think striker probably.
Yeah.
Or like attacking mid, because I want to score a goal.
I think I'd do right back.
Really?
Just because a good right back, like in the on possession,
Yeah.
and then overlap. But I don't know. You've got to be attacking right back.
I mean, I like attacking and scoring goals, but I think it'd be quite fun sometimes to be like maybe a 6 and just like pinging the ball out, distributing.
Yeah.
You know?
Get on the ball.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd probably play goal.
No, you
wouldn't.
with
No,
your
you
nails.
would not.
Goalkeeper. Controversial. I'd be a striker because they get all the praise. All they have to do is score one goal. They could have a really bad game, but they score, they get all that praise and everything. So I'd be a striker.
9 and 10.
9 and 10. Hold up player running behind. There we go.
Yeah, I can run 9 and 10.
Definitely.
That's our dream.
Number 9.
Or goalkeeper.
I'd love to experience goalie for a day, just to see what the vibe is. I think that would be really fun. So yeah, GK.
Right back, maybe.
I'd be in midfield.
Centre back.
Yeah, I'd do centre back too.
Get all the ball.
Yeah.
All the ball.
Goalkeeper, I think.
I go up front.
I'm a goal scorer.
Goalkeeper.
I think like centre mid or up front.
Well, welcome back to St Andrews at Knighthead Park. St Andrews for the more older gentleman to my left.
At where?
Knighthead Park. It says it on my sheet.
Knighthead Park.
Yeah, it's to do with the ownership. They changed the name. Yeah, welcome back. You're very welcome to join us again on Charlton TV this afternoon. Joined by myself, Greg Stubley, Steve Brown to my right, and Terry Smith to my left, who I think Mr. Brown is smelling some sort of
Balti pie again.
refreshments.
Yeah, another Balti pie.
And while we are talking, we are also showing you, if you are watching this afternoon, highlights of that first 45 minutes. 45 minutes that was tough for Charlton, and goal scorer Jay Stansfield, the only goal of the game so far, but it was a goal that he finished well, made himself, pounced upon a rare Connor Coventry mistake. It probably is his first since joining the club, in fairness. That has led directly to a goal, and it was a half brandy that was a tough one.
Yeah, but understandably tough. This is the best side in the league, if you ask me. I think you have to give Chris Davis a little bit of credit for the way they've set up today. I think Cochrane's done a wonderful job nullifying Small. I think they've used Allsop's distribution very well indeed by pushing Laird high up, winning little headers. I thought the goal itself was wonderful work from Stansfield. A lot of naive mistakes from us. The Dow free kick, excellent opportunity for him. And I think he had Maynard Brewer beaten. They've had the shot from Iwata, saved well by Maynard Brewer. So he'll argue, Chris Davis, the Birmingham manager, that his side deserves to be more than one ahead. The fact they're not gives us a glimmer of hope. And it's just how we regroup at half-time and how we come out. Is there a belief within the group that we can change the way we're playing, that we can cause Birmingham a few problems? Because we really didn't lay a glove on them for 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you said something I thought was quite wise in the first half, Brownie, and I noted it down and wrote it down. In the fact that it is only 1-0, and when you keep things at 1-0, it always gives you an opportunity, it always gives you a chance, no matter how, not necessarily bad, but how rare of a chance you've got to progress forward in the final penalty area. But we saw right at the end, Charlton could have easily scored through if Tyrese Campbell's able to find a player in that box, no matter how poor you've been in that first 45. Charlton actually had an opportunity before half-time to level and go in at the break 1-1.
We've had it ourselves on numerous occasions across the season where we've been leading by a goal and you need a second and a third to make it safe, and we've run close at times in terms of just having that goal lead and letting sides back into it. But I think if you're Birmingham City, there's that balance, isn't there, of kind of trying to find a second to give yourself the cushion and not going defensive too early to allow Charlton to come on. Do Charlton make a couple of changes? Do we go for more physicality? You know, and do we go a little bit more direct and get the knockdowns and play in Birmingham's half? Look, you have to use everything at your disposal to try and get a result. And if it means going long, if it means playing on the knockdowns, because we can't play through this Birmingham side, because they've got us man for man, they seem to have it covered off, then you have to try something different, because at the moment we're not creating enough opportunities. We haven't managed a shot on target. Their goalkeeper hasn't had to make a save. Despite Tyrese Campbell's cross coming close, that can't be your sum total of the pressure that you've created in 45 minutes of football. So we'll see.
Well, Charlton are going to make a change at half-time, and it's not one we expected. Ashley Maynard Brewer is going to be replaced by Will Mannion.
Wow.
So we can
see if he goes up front.
We'll wait and see if there's a reason for that after the game.
You've got to imagine there's an injury there, haven't you? Because that is unusual to change a keeper at half-time. It's made a very good save from Iwata. I know there will be people there will absolutely, undoubtedly be people that will go, could he have done a little bit better with his shot because of where the shot went in? But I'm going to give Stansfield the credit for what he did. But I think that's an injury all day long.
Yeah, I agree. I think he must have done something just before half-time whistle. As both sides are back out. That one change at half-time. Confirmation, Will Mannion on for Ashley Maynard Brewer. Ball's back with Ryan Allsop, and Birmingham have the kick-off and go long. And shoot towards the left if you are watching. Charlton left to right in this second half, facing the away stand. Sold out away stand. Doherty wins the ball back for Charlton, who was fouled. Not given, but the throw-in is given Charlton's way. I must say as well, quickly, special guest at half-time on the pitch, Alan Kirbishley. Former player here, of course, but the reception initially was a little bit...
Well, they left it late, didn't they? He came out a bit late, but listen. He's a legend in many parts of the country, not always for football.
Ball inside, and Coventry can't win it for Charlton, and it comes out to Cochrane on the left-hand side, who's got space to bring this ball forward. Down the line is Anderson, cuts inside Ramsey, right-footed cross. We'll switch it across the other side to Laird, who's in space. Laird goes for goal, and it's blocked by Edwards, but interestingly, looks like Charlton have just switched slightly. Looks like Thierry Small's playing. They might have switched to a diamond, in fact, Charlton. Looks like Small has gone a little bit more narrow on the left-hand side. Wait and see how that pans out, as Birmingham will have a corner early in the second half.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on that. But I do think something had to change, whether it was personnel.
Down goes across to take the corner. Swings it in. Decent looking delivery, and Mannion, his first touch in this match is to collect and relieve a little bit of pressure.
Well, I'm being told and confirmed that it's an injury to Reynald Brewer, but my source has got things wrong in the past.
He's going to hit you when he's back over.
Is, yeah.
There's Ramsey back to Mannion. Gillespie to left to Edwards, ball forward to Campbell. Look to lay it off for Coventry, sent him a bit short.
Those moments. Listen, he's had 3 or 4 of those moments today, Tyrese, and in these games, when your touch needs to be on point, when you're in a bit of space and you need to turn off the back foot to maintain the attack, you've got to hit everything correctly, and he's just, touches have got away from him today, passes have been a little bit loose. And when you're up against the best sides, that's when everything has to be laser focused. Everything has to work really well. But you're right, we have had a change for sure in terms of Ramsey is right back. It looks like we're a flat back four.
Atta receives the ball inside, looks down the line. Challenge from Coventry, an unfair one according to the referee.
Yeah. You look at Williamson, the way he went down there and then the way back.
Pack takes a free kick quickly, and Stansfield makes a great run beyond Gillespie. Ball in the box. Doherty gets a touch to it. Mannion comes out to punch and does so. And as far as Pack, held up by Berry. And look inside, it's a good ball to find Dow. Dow looks to thread the ball forward and well cut out by Berry. Doherty trying to create a bit of space to clear it. And does so for Charlton. That's a good clearance. Godden will give chase. Davis can go back to his goalkeeper. Millsop. Ball inside to Cochrane. There's Coventry behind him as well to find Pack, who's been fouled by Berry. Birmingham City will have the free kick, which is taken quickly as Williamson. Left-hand side, back to Cochrane. Looks forward to Anderson, who may well be onside here, Kishi Anderson, and he is. Anderson's got Stansfield in the middle and can't find him. Gillespie getting back as down with a header that's comfortable for Mannion, but Charlton's back four, which is outsourced slightly there as the free kick was passed short. And the ball behind from Cochrane. Looked like Gillespie and Edwards didn't push out enough.
Yeah, it's not a diamond, it's a box. If you look at Berry and Small, they're ahead of Coventry and Doherty. So Small's gone from right wing back to left side of a box midfield. So we've adopted what served us well at the Valley.
Also back to Clara, inside now to Atta, who's finding a little bit more space early on in this second half. Out to left to Cochrane, which will invite him to run with the ball forward. Inside to Pack. First time looks for Anderson. It's a lovely looking pass. And Ramsey has to be strong. And he comes off the Charlton man last, much to his frustration. But I think that is the correct decision. And Birmingham will have the corner.
Yeah, just turning us around in these early stages, causing us a few issues down the left-hand side.
Down to take the corner. Charlton with everyone back inside the penalty area. Dow swings it in, decent looking delivery. He's headed back down by Pack, cleared away by Ramsey, and as far as Atta. Inside to Clara, takes a touch, got on with the pressure, but Clara's got the awareness to find Laird on the right-hand side. Laird held up by Edwards, goes on the outside. Edwards stays with him, and good defending from the Charlton man. He's got to go past Orata as well, and he's done really well there, Edwards. He might have been fouled off the ball. Play will continue. There's Campbell, ball forward, packed with slightly loose touch, but there's Clara. Seems to be mopping up at the moment at the back. This ball forward, good challenge from Kane Ramsey. Will the ball stay in play? No, not quite. Brilliant challenge from Ramsey against Anderson. Those are the sort of duels that Charlton need to win more in the second half. I think at times they almost gave Birmingham City a little bit too much respect.
Yeah, and I think Kane Ramsey's realised that's his best chance. Get on the front foot, try and nick it before Anderson gets it. He's proven himself, Keshi Anderson, to be tricky in possession, running at players. And when you look at it as a fullback or a right-sided centre-half and you see him a couple of times, you have to adjust your play. And the way that Ramsey defended that was how I'd go about stopping Anderson.
Cochrane looking for movement. Not really a lot provided. Anderson goes short. Cochrane again, ball forward to Williamson. It's a good touch and he's through the legs of Jones. It's a ball forward towards Stansfield. There's Williamson, who looked for Stansfield. Cut out well by Gillespie. Edwards completes the clearance. Clara controls, but runs out of room, and Charlton will have the throw. Clara picks up the ball, and he's got to be careful, Clara. He's on a yellow card, and
I thought the same about Coventry earlier. He went to make a challenge just down here in front of us, and I thought, cool, if he gets that wrong, you know, that's the last thing we need.
Surprised Charlton just didn't have a little word of referee. It wouldn't have been worthy of a second yellow card, but just a little reminder that Clara's been booked for a yellow card they should never have received, in fairness, but
absolutely
just throwing the ball away, just a little bit careless. There's Coventry back inside to Jones. To the left to Gillespie, who's got Edwards. To the left-hand side, inside to Campbell. Campbell controls and forward to Small. Small now over the left-hand side, looks down the line to Campbell, but runs out of room. Birmingham will have the throw.
There's an area that, I mean, we need a little bit more belief out on the pitch, I think, at the moment. Just watching that last passage of play, and everybody just shoulders it down, walk back into position, you know, because it leads to a throw into Birmingham, and we've broken down again. And we've got to, even if there's a bit of a kidology about it, you've got to puff your chest up.
Ramsey holds off Anderson and accidentally catches him in the face. Referee plays on, and just as Charlton break, Anderson, who stayed down after the hand in the face, will receive some treatment. It was definitely a hand in the face. It was purely accidental, but
I completely agree. So if you deem it a head injury after 8 seconds, why it's a head injury after 1 second? So why do you allow the play to go on, and then we get in a great position on the front, we turn on the back foot and we're driving down the middle of the pitch, we're in a decent position. As soon as you see it's a facial injury, blow the whistle.
Looks like Charlton are preparing some subs of their own.
Yeah. I think that's probably, I did wonder, we're 53 minutes in, and you did wonder how long Nathan Jones would watch this unfold, because we've changed formations, you know, and that was worth a try. But Birmingham have already had 3 attempts in 8 minutes in this second half. We haven't managed to get on the front foot at all. I
think that's probably more the point I'd be more concerned about. It's the fact that made the formation change, but as yet still Matty Godden and Tyrese Campbell haven't had a lot of the ball.
We're a lot,
likewise.
Yeah. Like I said, we're away at the best team in the league. It was always going to be a tough day, but we can do better. That we can disrupt more than we're disrupting at the moment. We just got to find a way. It might have to be physicality and long balls, and winning seconds and condensing play into the opponent's half.
I think Charlton have been a bit hard done by there. The play was allowed to continue, but Gillespie had Stansfield immediately bringing pressure to him. I don't think that was 10 yards. And Nathan Jones was, and Gillespie ended up under pressure, clearing the ball out. And Charlton weren't happy at all. And Nathan Jones, you might be able to hear his dulcet tones in the background screaming at the fourth official. But Charlton do have a free kick. Matty Godden was just tripped by Williamson, and Charlton will send bodies forward for this free kick. Gillespie to take. Lofts the ball in. Jones the target. Jones wins the header. Ball goes backwards. Small looking to turn. He's got it for Charlton. Out to the left-hand side is Campbell. Cuts inside. Tyrese Campbell will go for goal.
Right,
Settles over the bar.
but that's a prime example of what we've been talking about. We've gone long, we've won the first header, we've won the knockdown, and we've got a shot away. It's our best effort of the game. Tyrese Campbell, ball at his feet, dead weight, gets a curling shot off. He'll be disappointed he hasn't tested the keeper from there. But it's come from a long ball that we've won the first and then won the knockdowns, and we may have to look at that.
Well, Thierry Small and Luke Berry are going to make way for Charlton. On comes Corey Anderson returning for Charlton, and Daniel Kanu, the other man to be introduced. So might see Tyrese Campbell go a little wider perhaps. Maybe another change of formation. We'll wait and see as Thierry Small makes way.
Yep, Phil for Cherry. I mean, that's as good as you'll see in terms of an opponent against him. I don't think anyone will marshal him as well as Alex Cochrane has done today. Fair play to him. I think he was excellent in that 1v1 battle. A little frustration there from Cherry Small, a little shake of his head. I think he knows, you know, he set a quite a high bar for himself over the last few months, or 2 months.
Goal kick's taken. Doherty down the line to Anderson, whose first touch is to go back to Edwards. Ball inside looking for Godden. It's just gone beyond him as Davis out to left to Cochrane. Closed down immediately by Tyrese Campbell, who's now over on that side as Anderson with a loose touch for Birmingham. And well won by Ramsey. And Campbell almost had an opportunity there for Charlton and just delayed in the challenge, but the ball does go out of play for the Addicks throw. As Coventry goes back to Mannion. Mannion goes long with his kick. Godden the target, headed away by Davis. Williamson, with good strength to hold off Coventry for the time being. Goes back to Anderson. Inside is Owata. Owata turns inside to Dow. First time looks at Stansfield. Well run by Gillespie. As Anderson across to Edwards, who clears it long down the line. Will give Kanu something to chase with the fresh legs. Opportunity for him just to put a bit of pressure on Clara. Clears it away.
Yeah, but I like the fact we've got a little bit of pace alongside Matty Godden either side of him. Tyrese Campbell to the right, Kanu to the left. That's just a long ball into the channel that's pressurised, that's led to a throw. And look at the difference that makes. You have to try. I like the fact that Nathan's trying different things. He's tried a different formation. He's putting a bit of energy, a bit of pace. He's gone to a front three.
Edwards with the long throw for Charlton. Can they make something of this towards the near post? Well headed away by Laird. Edwards goes back to receive the ball. His first touch let him down, and awkward one for Ramsey, whose header could have gone anywhere, and it goes back to Edwards. Forward to Jones, lays it off for Gillespie. Strong challenge from Clara, one he had to make, and it deflects back off Gillespie. So Birmingham will have the throw.
Yeah, and they recall a sub. So they've seen something that they think needs addressing.
And they've got the options to do so, Birmingham, that's for sure. Christian Bielik, Alfie May, two former Addicks, run their bench. Grant Hanley was at the Euros with Scotland during the summer. Another option at the back as the throw comes in, cleared away by Gillespie. Coventry with a header to the right towards Campbell. Cochrane gets there first and continues his run as Anderson looks down the line to Cochrane. Coventry trying to get back. Cochrane low ball in the box. Doherty's there for Charlton, and Jones out to the right to Campbell. Keeps the ball in play but concedes possession as Williamson to Anderson. Doherty with a challenge, it deflects to Anderson. Good defending from Ramsey, getting back, and Jones will clear it away.
Yeah, I'd love to see Tyrese Campbell tidy up things a little bit. That's another stray pass.
He's now playing in a kind of aggressive right wing back role for Charlton, so he's going to have to get back and support Ramsey where he can. There's Cochrane. Changes passes with Pack and the ball down the line. Mannion will let this ball just roll in the penalty area. This ball's rolled out to Gillespie. Going to a 4-winning possession, and Jones down the line looking for Campbell. Just looks a little bit unhappy at the moment, Tyrese Campbell. He's not having a lot of joy in this match.
Yeah, he looks frustrated. I think he knows he's not having one of his better games. And what you do, what I think you should do at that point is just the work rate should be top notch. So if technically you're not on top of your game and a couple of passes have gone astray, your first touch isn't quite there, you can't get into the game as an attacking player. Work as hard as you can to nullify your opponent.
Charlton with heavy pressure on Laird, but a free kick's been given. Wrighter takes it quickly. Pack. He can take on Coventry. He's got Anderson on the left-hand side. Anderson held up by Campbell. Good pressure from Tyrese Campbell, but too much according to the referee. The free kick's given, and I think Nathan Jones is losing the will to live at the moment, the way he's reacting with the referee.
I sympathise, not just with Nathan Jones there. I think Chris Davis has been affected by decisions made as well. I think it's one of the poorer officiating games that I've seen this year. Yeah, I think Curtis has got his work cut out tonight, keeping Nathan under control. He's looks very, very angry.
Lyndon Dykes is about to be introduced for Birmingham. Have this free kick. Dow takes towards the near post, headed away by Ramsey. Ball comes out to Moata down the line. Goes to Anderson. Ball in's a decent one and well headed away by Gillespie. Charlton look to push up. Pack out to the right to Anderson again. Anderson, low ball towards the near post, comes off Anderson. And the ball rolled out of place for the Birmingham corner.
Just to give you an idea of how tough a task, we've conceded 7 goals in 14 games here at St Andrews.
Down to take the corner. 62 minutes played. Still 1-0 to the hosts. Dow swings it in with his left foot. Gillespie again with the header away. Cochrane back towards the penalty here. Cleared away by Godden. And will have the throw, but further back on the right-hand side. Laird will take. Throws forward and towards Down. Coventry gets something to it. Ball deflects down and now Laird. Side to Williamson. Laird again. Now Williamson. Back to Awata. Wins aside the throws. Laird takes it quickly in towards Stansfield, who can't get the ball under control, and Charlton clear it away again. Suddenly Birmingham on the other side that look in control once again. It's Dow inside to Laird, out to the right Williamson, back to Dow, inside to Pack, to the left to Cochrane, stretches to receive the touch, backheel from Anderson, goes into the path of Carney. Looked like he was pulled by Awata, but play will continue as Williamson out to the right hand side to Laird. Laird looking to take on Edwards, goes on the outside, gets there, ball towards the far post. Ramsey heads it away. Birmingham will have the throw. Taken quickly, Dow to Laird again. Held up by Carnu, back to Awata. Anderson with the pressure, ball deflects off Corey Anderson. Another Birmingham City throw.
I just wonder if there's a point where we stop asking players to drop our forward line to drop deep and we leave them just high. So on transition we have an out ball. Because I think there's one thing that's happening is we go into midfield or we haven't really got an out ball forward because they're dropping so deep, which allows Birmingham to get on top of us so quick. Do you leave Carnu high and left? Do you leave Godden on the last man and allow one of their defenders to come out with the ball? I know it's going to put you under a bit more pressure, but on transition you may be able to just spring a little bit of a surprise on them.
A change for Birmingham. Off comes Williamson. Here comes Lyndon Dykes, another £1 million plus signing in the summer. This one from QPR, striker, Scotland international. wonder if we see Stansfield maybe go slightly deeper, maybe Dykes himself might go deeper.
You'd
Maybe
fancy
we'll see a formation change.
Sorry, Greg. You'd fancy Dykes to go as the lone striker and Stansfield off for that.
Well, Birmingham are calling players over because there's. Oh, it's a. Allsop's gone down, so I didn't see that.
Of course he has.
I didn't see that. I was
If
wondering
you see
why
a
Birmingham
team
were-
come over to the technical area, just look at one of the goal mouths.
So we've got a break in play. Well, I think Chris Davis is going to explain. I think there might be a slight shift in formation for Birmingham. We'll wait and see. A number of players are getting instructions from their manager. Give Nathan Jones the opportunity just to rally the troops. It's still only 1-0 to Birmingham.
That's the positive, is that they haven't managed to score a second, and all the time that's the case. It's just one moment, isn't it, to get yourself a point. But I'm always flabbergasted at how slow the governing bodies move when it's clear and obvious what things, you know, why things are being done during games, and it's like they'll do something about this in 2.5 years' time.
Well, while Allsop receives the treatment, I'll put that in.
Yeah, inverted commas. Yeah.
Put that lightly.
But no worries. If he needs treatment, that's not a problem. Just stop players coming over to the sideline.
But while we've done so, I'll hand you over to Terry Smith to lead commentate for the rest of the second half.
Yeah, I think if you did that, you'd find that you don't have as many goalkeepers going down to receive treatment.
Thank you, Greg. We'll restart with a free kick to Charlton in the left-hand corner, which Mannion sends forward, looking down that left-hand side. Godden can't get there. He's levered out of the way by Laird. He's not happy. The referee is perfectly happy. Yeah. Birmingham City throw halfway inside their own half on the right-hand side. Back to Clara. All forward, cut out by Gillespie. He's found Campbell. Outside to Ramsey. Campbell goes for the return. Cochrane comes across. So it's Campbell trying to hold him off and maybe turn him, but again, I thought that was a Birmingham throw, but Charlton have got it.
So did I. Yeah.
Ramsey forward to take it. It's he's going to lead this to Edwards.
Again, you look at Ramsey frustrated by that. You know, why not? Look, we've not created anything really in open play, or precious little. So if you get a chance to throw a ball deep into the penalty area and set it up and send your centre halves up, do it. I don't know what the frustration there was from Ramsey.
Edwards almost parallel to the corner of the Birmingham penalty area, sends it in towards the 6-yard box, looking for Gillespie. Header away from him, and it could be a Charlton. Oh no, it's just hello. It's a Birmingham throw by the corner flag. And so it must have deemed that Gillespie got his head to it. He's not complaining, to be fair, so one assumes he must have. Difficult to tell. There's a melee of bodies in there. And it will be Cochrane to take it a yard or 2 yards away from the corner flag on the Birmingham left-hand side. Down the line it goes. Ramsey heads it infield. Anderson tries to touch it out to Campbell, but it's blocked away by Seung Ho. Cochrane clears it forward. Gillespie comes across. We'll send this back towards the Birmingham penalty area. Headed away by Davis. It'll be a Charlton throw.
I don't mind that. I think the uglier we make this, the better it is for us.
Ramsey gets it back off of Connor Coventry, and snapping in the tackle is Dykes. Charlton will have another throw. About halfway inside the Birmingham half. Ramsey this time throws it to Anderson, gives it back to Ramsey. Not the easiest of ball for him to deal with, but he's got it across, and it's a good looking ball to Edwards. Oh, and Laird just takes him out, surely. He's just cleaned him out, Laird, and he's getting a booking for it. But at the moment he passed it, I thought, well, this is a 50-50, but Edwards got there first, and Laird just came through and cleaned him out. Charlton have a free kick in a very central position in the Birmingham half. Edwards still down, wincing from that challenge.
Well, I don't think either of them get a touch on the ball. But it's not Edwards going into Laird, it's Laird going into Edwards. Yeah, it's a poor challenge. Yeah, it's a poor challenge from Laird.
I think it looked 50-50 when the ball left Ramsey's foot, but by the time it got towards Edwards, it was more 70-30 in Edwards' favour, and Laird just kept coming.
Yeah, for that to be okay, he had to make contact with the ball, which he didn't.
So Gillespie with the free kick. Birmingham lining up on the edge of their penalty area. Gillespie lifts it forward into the box, headed away, but it'll be picked up by Campbell on the left corner. Coventry then sends it in, headed clear, and it's straight to Stansfield, but Coventry will pick it up again. Out to Campbell. Campbell touches it into Anderson's path, tried to drill it across, caught the back of Dykes, and Birmingham can clear it away. Ramsey get there for Charlton, across to Gillespie in the centre circle. Going to switch it back across left. Anderson, the runner, gets his head to it. Anderson, Canoe tries to get there, but he just can't, and it runs away for a goal kick. And after 26 minutes of the second half, still Birmingham lead by that goal to nil.
I think we'll see an EK shortly. I think that's the way we've got to go. I think if we can just physically put their back line under a bit of pressure, and then that allows, and when the ball goes forward, our midfield just locks on, tries its very best to win every knockdown, and then we've got bodies in their half, in possession, because we just haven't managed to do that enough this game.
Actually looks like Lieben and Gilbert are the likely candidates to come on.
Yeah, either way.
Getting stripped off and ready as Allsop takes this goal kick away. Down the Charlton left. Edwards gets there first, but he can't keep the ball in. They're throwing just in about the halfway line. Laird with it. Throws it infield. Coventry the first to react. Touches it back to Edwards, who sends it forward. Canoe can't get there. Clara does. Birmingham City have it back, although Cochrane rushed into a clearance upfield. Doherty challenging, but it'll be Edwards who gets his head to it, and then Doherty sends it into the centre circle, but it's picked up by Seung Ho. Tries to send it through the middle, and well read by Ramsey. And he's got inside the Korean and on a run. Ramsey still running. Ramsey on, and he's taken out cynically in the centre circle by Dow, who gets a booking, taking one for the team there because Ramsey was on his way.
Yeah, and that's what he offers from that deep position. He can drive past players, and he's away actually, and it's from their perspective, it's a good foul. He's bursting into the Birmingham half, opening up the game.
That's a horrible tackle though from behind. That ruins your cars. That could have done Ramsey some serious damage actually, that tackle.
Yeah, especially from a player that's just come back from a long-termish injury.
So Matty Godden will make way. Miles Leeburn is coming on, and it looks like Connor Coventry, the other player, coming off.
Yeah, he's on a booking. I think that's half the reason that Connor Coventry's come off. Matty Godden loses the opportunity to score 5 on the spin, but he has been isolated. He's not really had a sniff.
Gillespie from a free kick just inside the Birmingham half in the centre circle, sends it forward. Jones the target. It's headed by Dykes against Leeburn and then cleared away by Dowell. Down the Charlton left, Gillespie the first to get there. Edwards will try and send it forward to Canoe to chase, but I think it'll run out of room on that left-hand side and it'll be a Birmingham City throw. Charlton 5 changes in the game. Mannion at the half-time because of the injury to Maynard Brewer. And Leeburn, Gilbert, Anderson and Canoe all on in this second half. Can they make a difference?
He's not a save to make, Mannion, either, despite that early pressure from Birmingham. They had 3 attempts in the first sort of 8 minutes. He's not conjured up anything else in the attacking team since that point.
Gillespie heads it forward from the throw. Leeburn with a flick on. Can't find Canoe, and it'll drop to Cochrane. Out to Anderson on the left, trying to send it down the line. Jones will come across for Charlton and just guide it back to Mannion. Sends it long. Leeburn tussling, gets a head on it, good header as well, but Canoe just behind him and he couldn't get there, but Leeburn does really well to win it back for Charlton on the left. Miles Leeburn into the edge of the penalty area, taking on Laird, drills it across. Laird with a block, Charlton with a corner.
Yeah, he's done very well there, Miles, just blindsided the defender and nicked it off his feet.
Gilbert going across to take this corner in front of the Charlton fans. Campbell coming for the short one, tracked by Stansfield, so Gilbert drills it across, headed away by Clara. It's coming out to Campbell. Still got Gilbert with him, but he launches it into the penalty area, but it's too far for everybody and will drift away for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's a shame because we had absolutely everybody inside that penalty area from that set piece.
It's a huge kick from Allsop trying to release Stansfield, but it's well read by Edwards, who gets there first, but gives the ball straight to Anderson for Birmingham. Back inside to Seung Ho. Cochrane trying to get it forward then, but blocked off by Campbell, and then Cochrane shoulder charge on Campbell. It will be a Birmingham throw. Cochrane just taking his time with the throw. 31 minutes gone in the second half. Jones tries to get there first, but beat to it by Dykes. Cleared away though by Gillespie. Towards Canoe, and Clara has to clear it away for a Charlton throw.
Yeah, it doesn't have to look pretty either at this point. It's a case of how can we conjure up an opportunity, because like we said, we are only that goal down.
Ramsey's going to take the throw. Edwards not coming for this on this occasion. Finds Gilbert, gets it back. Gilbert from Ramsey. A flick inside to Jones. Gillespie in space in the centre. And he's got Edwards away on the left-hand side. Laird coming to close him down. Canoe goes on the run in the corner. Goes back to Edwards. Inside to Gillespie. He's got Jones available in the centre circle. Dykes trying to press. Jones switches it across, looking for Canoe. Clara gets ahead to it, but backwards. Liebman with a touch into Canoe's path. Drilled across, but just shot it the ground. And in the end, it was a comfortable save for Allsop, but Charlton creating more in these last few minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure the shot was the correct thing to do. It's a very acute angle. It's on his weaker side. I mean, it's going to have to be an absolute thunderbolt right into that far corner. It's a 1 in 100 shot at best. Just maybe just wait for a little bit of support. Take a touch back on your right. Try and find somebody in a better spot than you.
Allsop sends it down the Charlton left. Edwards with the header away in front of Laird. He goes away for the throw just inside the Charlton half. They wait for the ball to be retrieved. It's on halfway, just inside the Charlton half that Laird will take. Down the line with the throw, Gillespie will get there, heads it forward. Anderson trying to get there, can't, and so Laird has it back. Blocked from the first attempted cross, but the ball inside now is picked off by Gilbert. Doherty challenged from behind again by Laird. Charlton have a free kick. And Stansfield puts his foot in to try and block a quick free kick, which I don't think Charlton had any intention of taking anyway. And Mannion comes out of his goal to do this. Sends everybody forward bar Gillespie. Mannion with the kick. Liebman and Jones are there, and then Dykes just levers Jones out of the way. But his clearance straight to Edwards. Combines with Gilbert to send Edwards, gets the ball forward to Campbell. Gilbert in support. Touch to Ramsey, who in turn finds Campbell. Campbell, reverse ball back across, but run to Gilbert. Little chip ball across. Flicked away, and Carter will pursue it out there to retrieve it for Charlton. Canoe back into the box. Cleared this time by Oata. Doherty heads it back to Canoe. His heavy touch has allowed Stansfield to get in front of him, and Charlton know with Canoe retain possession, or regain possession rather. Back to Gillespie, cross-field ball, looking for Liebman. Jones is there as well, the little black header into Campbell's path. Therese Campbell on this right-hand side, back to Gilbert, sends the ball into the box. Oh, it's just flicked away by Clara. Oh no, given a goal kick.
Yeah, I think it's Liebman.
Was it Liebman touch?
I think so, and if he doesn't...
sworn Clara got there first.
If he doesn't go for this, I think Carnew's coming in behind. It's a wicked delivery from Gilbert, asking questions.
Oh, yeah,
but
you're right, Liebman with the flick.
Yeah, no, I think Clara clears it rather than it falls to Carnew, but it's a good ball in from Gilbert. That's what I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty at this point. It's just about getting players in the right areas, putting this Birmingham backline under pressure, which we did there.
Just for a moment, I thought it was Clara's head that got there, but Liebman just beat him to it, but couldn't do anything with it as Jones gets his head to the goal kick. Drops to Seung Ho, into Dykes, back to the Korean. Out to Dowell, further right to Laird, being pursued by Anderson. Good foot in from Anderson, but this might be the expense of a corner. It is.
Yeah, you're going to get these moments where you're out of shape a little bit. You've got players just trying to do their best to win possession back.
So Birmingham are going to make some more changes very shortly, but not before this corner is taken, I suspect. Dowell goes across to take it. It's on the Birmingham right-hand side. Drilled across, Ramsey with the header. Touched by Laird, back to Iwata. Dowell once more, again swings it into the box. Jones, great header in front of Dykes. Ramsey will pick it up for Charlton. Just heavy touch, but he manages to regain possession and then send it forward. Leeburn will pursue with Davis, and Davis gets his head there first. And it's Clara now for Birmingham, back to Iwata. Sends it forward, looking for Laird, who stayed forward on that Birmingham right, but he stayed forward in an offside position and Ramsey wipes him out anyway.
Yeah, just on that last ball forward, those are the moments you've got Miles Leeburn chasing down. The centre half can only head it back into play, and the three supporting Miles Leeburn just didn't get up the pitch anywhere near quick enough. And at this stage of the game,
I'm going to say, yeah, Stansfield has just helped Laird back on the pitch and he's got booked for it. I think Laird spent more time on the floor than he has on his feet. But in fairness, after saying that, I think Ramsey did wipe him out on the side there. But Stansfield helped Laird back on the pitch to try and waste some time and got booked for it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm more concerned about us not supporting the knockdown, because this is immaterial to what we're trying to achieve. But
in this respect, because it's not a head injury, it's not. I don't think it's a serious one either. Why isn't the referee guiding him off the pitch with the physios there? I don't quite grasp it. But we have a break in play. Is this going to start with a Charlton free kick, by the way? Oh, he's offside. Thank you, Greg.
And why can't that treatment be admitted? It's like a foot. Just take him a foot off the pitch and administer the treatment off the pitch. He's had a poor game. There is no two ways about it. And his assistants have had poor games as well.
Well, it's going to be Mannion to send this ball away from the left-hand touchline. Heads it down the left. Edwards with a flick on. Leeburn trying to get there. Clara, though, clears away first. Jones and Gillespie going for the same ball. It will run, though, to Gilbert. Gilbert to his right is Ramsey. Ramsey looks up, lifts the ball to the edge of the penalty area, but Davis away. And then there's an offside flag up there. I'm assuming it was against Canoe trying to come back from an offside position. Doherty urging his players for one extra effort. Leeburn.
I mean, it's been
brings
a very
the ball back and places it in the right spot.
Very, very scrappy second 45 minutes. Birmingham had the upper hand first 45, no two ways about it. But this has been...
Well, Birmingham going to make the change now before the free kick can take place. So, Alfie may be one of the players coming on. Coming off will be Joe Stansfield, scorer of the Birmingham goal. There's another change about to make place as well, and Keshi Anderson is the player coming off. Grant Hanley will take his place. Hanley wasn't even ready, I don't think. He's now on the pitch. So as we approach the last 5 minutes of normal time. Also sends it long. Gillespie heads it away. Iwata wins the ball, drops to the floor, and Charlton look to break, but Iwata, sorry, Singho is on the floor. Iwata Sends it right to Laird, who lifts the ball towards the Charlton penalty area. Gillespie with the header away. Dykes tussling on the left-hand side with Edwards. Edwards wins out. And Charlton will drill it forward, looking for Campbell on the right-hand side, but there's too much on that and the angle too tight. It will run into the penalty area where Allsop will pick it up. Sung Ho is up now on his feet again. Allsop taking an age with this. Eventually sends the ball away down the Charlton left-hand side. Gillespie can't get there. Dykes with the header, but there's too much on that. Mannion almost overrun the ball as he sprinted out to catch it, or to claim it. Rolls it out to Jones, further out to Ramsey. Going to be pressed in here by Seong Ho. Jinks inside of him and find Gillespie to his left. Edwards further left, but instead Gillespie sends it forward, asking Canoe to chase it. Clara with the header away. Be picked up on the left by Laird. Thrown to the floor by Anderson, and the referee gives the free kick. And Laird is on the floor again. This time legitimately.
Because, he's protected the ball well there.
Anderson just threw him down. Birmingham running as much time off the clock as they can. Three minutes left of normal time. Can Charlton muster up another opportunity? As Allsop sends the ball forward, looking for Dykes. Jones with the header away. Now falls to Dykes via Dow. Goes past Edwards, but well read in there. Cleared away. And as far as Nuacha, a little 1-2 on that right-hand side. Goes past Anderson, but runs out of room. Charlton will have the throw, much to the displeasure of the fans over in that corner. Edwards has taken this about 20 yards further away than it went out. I think the referee's just been alerted to that. He'll probably still end up taking it from the same place. And he does. And now the referee is going to take some action and book. Reverse the throw rather. Thought he was going to get the card out there, but he's reversed the throw to Birmingham. And Dykes feigned to take it quickly, but I don't think they have any intention of doing that. So Laird now will have the throw. Laird still waiting to take this, now sends it towards the penalty area, headed away by Gilbert, and as far as Seong Ho will touch on a 1-2 with Dow. Now out to Laird. Laird sends Seong Ho away again, down that Birmingham right, Jinks inside, and reverse ball back out to Dow. Looks to go past Gilbert, who takes him out. It'll be a Birmingham City free kick, and the referee has been almost pressured by the fans out there to get the card out. And gives Gilbert a yellow card.
Yeah, just keeping the ball where they need to keep it, Birmingham.
Yes.
You know, it's not blatant gamesmanship here. They are just keeping the ball very, very well. They're protecting the ball, drawing fouls.
No question about the foul. Yellow card? Not so sure, but Laird has it for Birmingham. Out to the right-hand side is Seong Ho looking to take on Gilbert. Still in that corner, and he's got a throw in by the corner flag. Dow, and to be hinted, well, he was just about to take the throw. He's going to leave this to Laird. As we wait and see what the fourth official will add at the end of this game. Throw into Dykes. His ball picked off by Edwards. Iwata sends it forward. Gilbert with a header, and Leeburn back there will guide it across to Ramsey. He looks to jing past one and then two in Alfie May and Dykes, and he does so. Jones out to Edwards on the left-hand side, down the line to Canoe. 8 minutes of added time here. 8 minutes as Canoe goes back to Edwards, and then it's a lovely ball inside, but Doherty can't get there. There's judged to have been a late challenge there on Dow, who's gone down, and the referee again gets his card out. Thought about it for a while. didn't see how much contact there was. I haven't seen the replay yet.
Do you know what, when you think about games that have been aggressive, you know, with a real nastiness to them.
There's nothing in that.
No, I'm looking at the... it's stacked up now.
I mean, if he gave the foul and I thought, well, maybe I can see why he's gave it, then fair enough, but he didn't see it properly. So to give a yellow card as well is adding insult to injury.
Oh no! I mean, just in the replay, he's right next to it. But it's just like this is not a nasty game. The 2 bookings for the handballs are just ridiculous.
Allsop comes out of his goal to take this free kick and sends it cross field to the Birmingham left-hand side. Ramsey and Dykes challenge. Dykes gets something on it. Doherty trying to get there with Dowell and does so. Releases Edwards to the left. Edwards being pursued by Alfie Mate. Ball inside to Canu's a good one. Canu, can he find Anderson? No, he can't. It's blocked away and cleared, but only as far as Gillespie. Birmingham staying deep. Gillespie out to Ramsey on the right. Campbell outside of him, but Ramsey now uses it. Campbell inside is Gilbert. Gilbert can turn, delivers the ball into the box. It's a good cross, but there's nobody there in the yellow shirt to capitalise. Keeper in 2 minds whether to come for it. Nobody there. It'll run away for a throw-in on the far side, 5 yards away from the corner flag.
Yeah, just a bit too strong. You've got 3 players sort of running into the sort of width of the goalpost, and it's beyond them. It's towards the edge of the 6-yard box, just a fraction too strong.
Well, look where Led's just run to compared to where Edwards got penalised for. Charlton win the ball back from the throw, although Dowell will step in and clear it forward. Gillespie tussling on that left and Alfie May, and May's gone down, but Dowell still has it, overlapping. That's good defending there from combination of Edwards and Gillespie, and Edwards gets fouled after he won the ball. Charlton have it back with a free kick. Excellent work from Edwards, and it looked like May and Dowell were overlapping on that Charlton left-hand side. Quickly taken out to Jones. Jones with Ramsey further right. Campbell goes on a run. Sent down into that channel. Campbell and Kana both there. Will Campbell be able to catch up with it before it goes out of play? No, he won't. Just felt like Campbell almost gave up on it a little bit. Didn't expect to get there. And I think you mentioned it earlier, Brownie. Seems his head's dropped a little bit in the second half. Maurice Campbell. I mean, I might be doing him an injustice. He might never been able to get there anyway.
I think it's been a really uninspiring second 45. Neither side's got going. Neither have controlled it. It's been a pretty ugly second 45 of football. Birmingham are happy. They've got their goal advantage. We can't conjure up. There's been 1 shot on target. It's the Kanu scuff shot. That's the sum total of the second 45. They're seeing the game out as best they can to get the 3 points. We can't seem to do enough to get, you know, positive outcomes from our final third entries. And they were the better side in the first half. That's the sum total of this game. But this second 45 has been really scrappy.
Jones heads it away, felt he was fouled, but there'll be a Birmingham throw on their left taken. Clara then back all the way to Allsop in his penalty area. Leeburn will put him under pressure. Just jinks to his right and sends the ball away. Jones will get his head to it, and Dykes goes down rather theatrically, and so does Clara. And Clara gets a free kick. It's a challenge from Anderson. Clara's gone down like he needs emergency surgery. And Anderson gets a yellow card.
Yeah, I mean, what Dykes did was comical. The Clara one, you've jumped into him, so you've given him the opportunity to do this.
I think we're lucky there's only 4 minutes left of the game, because the referee would almost certainly send somebody off here, given half a chance.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised we haven't got... I think Stansfield was brought off because of that. As soon as he got a booking, no coincidence he came off. Coventry's been brought off, I think, for the same reason. I think both managers are looking at this referee going, you're itching to get a second yellow card out, because some of the yellow cards today have been farcical.
Allsop eventually sends it forward. Jones gets to the header before Dykes. Gilbert trying to head it left to Doherty, who does well to gain control. And then a foul in there on Doherty and Dykes. Dykes on Doherty, rather. And Doherty gingerly gets himself up from that because he wants Charlton to restart quickly. And it'll be Gillespie to send this ball forward. Birmingham with everybody back, even Alfie Mate. Gillespie sends it forward. Jones trying to get there. There's something on it, but it drops to Seung Ho, and he releases Alfie May on the left-hand side. May with nobody ahead of him will run it into the corner. Edwards across. Puts it out of play for a Birmingham throw. Two and a half minutes left. Cochran with the throw into the feet of Dow. Ball up towards Dykes. Gillespie with a foot in, but it'll be another Birmingham throw. Cochran across to take it. Throws it towards Dykes. Gets a chest on it, but Gillespie manages to win the header, and Campbell clears it forward, only as far as Iwata. Back to Seung Ho. Cochran. Ball off of Campbell. Another Birmingham throw. The clock wound down. Charlton, at the moment, can't get hold of it. Throw it to Dykes. Ramsey for company. Puts a foot in. That's a good foot in as well, and Dykes has to put it out of play. Be a Charlton throw. Minute and a half for Charlton to maybe claw something out of this game. Down the line it goes. Leeburn with a flick on into Anderson. Anderson. Good footwork to find himself some space. Uses Mannion to try and send this ball forward. Does so. It's a lifted ball out to Ramsey. Ramsey, good collection. Trying to lead the ball forward quick. Dykes closes Ramsey down, but gets it into Anderson, who lifts it forward. Looking for Leeburn. Holds the ball up. Brings Campbell into play. Cochran with a tackle. Clears it forward, only as far as Gillespie. Lovely touch by Gillespie into Doherty. Out to Edwards. Edwards lifts it towards the penalty area. Leeburn with a flick on, but he was looking for Gilbert. Cochran in the way. Clears it away. Alfie May will pursue it and then just launch it forward and out of play for a Charlton throw. Deep into Charlton territory, and Birmingham will make a change right at the death here. Coming on. It's going to be Christian Bielik, a player with Charlton connections. And coming off will be Kieran Dowell. Well, I think probably has been their best player this afternoon.
No, I think Cochran's been their best player. I think Cochran's been outstanding. But Stansfield will probably get it for the goal, because it's the big one standout moment of quality from their perspective.
So back to Mannion didn't do him any favours, and had to rush the clearance with Alfie May closing him down, and as a result the ball's out of play for a Birmingham throw, and we're into the last knockings here. Cochran with it. Down the line, it's going over Dykes. Gillespie will get his head to it, but that's the final whistle. The Addicts have gone down by a single goal here at St Andrews. The goal scored in the opening 22 minutes when Stansfield pounced on a slip from Connor Coventry and went into the area himself and drilled it past Maynard Brewer, who had to come off with an injury for the second half. And Charlton really couldn't lay a glove on Birmingham that first half, other than restricting Birmingham to few chances. And then both sides in the second half restricted each other to few chances. Charlton had a couple of moments, as did Birmingham, without really testing either keeper. And it sort of fizzled out in the end in that second half, Brownie, and Birmingham will be the happier because of that, obviously keeping that one-goal lead and ultimately the victory.
Yeah, they didn't mind how scrappy it went as long as they kept a clean sheet, because they'd done enough in the first half to warrant the one-goal advantage. They had the Stansfield goal, which from an individual standpoint was outstanding. They had the Dow free kick that struck the bottom of the post, the Iwata shot that was saved well by Maynard Brewer at his near post, and the Williamson shot that beat Maynard Brewer and was inches wide. So they thoroughly deserved their goal advantage. And we tried to make the game scrappy and conjure up something, but they're a good team. 7 goals conceded up to this point at home means that they know how to get the job done, and it's why they're going to get promoted at the end of the season. And people are going to harp on about the money, but you've still got to get results, and that for them is a wonderful result. We are a team that's in the ascendancy. We've been playing well, we've been getting results, we've been scoring goals, and they've restricted us to next to nothing. So a job well done from Birmingham City.
Yeah, I suppose it'll be one of those they've won ugly type of phrases as the Charlton players go across to the 2,000 Charlton fans who are still in there, in that corner, applauding the side. I think you can't knock the effort of the Charlton side this afternoon. Unfortunately, Birmingham edge it by the odd goal. And just a reminder to you that if you did purchase your stream pass today, you can get an annual pass for £230, giving you commentary of every league game. And we should also reference that the commentary has been brought to you today by the club partner, NordVPN. Our thanks to them. And our thanks to you, of course, for listening. And next up, we need to encourage you to check social media to hear what Nathan Jones and we might get a player on there as well, see what they had to make of this afternoon's 1-0 defeat here at top of the table, Birmingham. Next up is Exeter City, League One on Saturday, February the 22nd. Coverage starting at 2:30 ahead of the 3 o'clock kickoff. We'd be delighted for your company if you can and if you're able to watch here and listen on Charlton TV. In the meantime, just remains for me to thank Steve Brown to my right-hand side.
Always a pleasure, Tel. Always a pleasure.
Greg Stubley, of course, and to you for watching and listening, and to Jacob back in production for his efforts here this afternoon. We'll hopefully join you again on Saturday. In the meantime, enjoy next week. Take care, everybody. Good afternoon.